well met. Welcome to episode 44 of the Westgate Irregulars.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all haven't seen us in forever, right?
It's been ages.
Some of you were here for our pre-show show, which is a new thing that we're doing, and hopefully it went well. I'm glad that you all came to join us. For anyone else, tune in a little early next time, and you can hear us just kind of rambling and drinking sexily and things like that.
Yeah, talking about thirst traps.
Yeah.
And talking about new things that are happening in D&D, like Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, which came out just today, right? That was when people could get their hands on it.
Yep.
Some pretty cool stuff in that book. Anyway, so I am Eric Scott DeVee, the DM of this campaign. This session, as I mentioned, brought to you by at least 2 glasses of Balvenie 12. I'm an author known for some Forgotten Realms novels, as well as a bunch of other stuff that if you like the Forgotten Realms novels, you probably like those as well. Take it away, Aaron.
Hi, I'm Myrin M. Evans. I am the author of the Brimstone Angels Saga, a 6-book series set in the Forgotten Realms following twin tieflings as they fight the 9 hells. I'm also the host of, the co-host of Champions of Lore on Mondays at 11 on CNA Games Twitch channel. And speaking of them, I'm going to tell you about our sponsor. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure. And that includes Farida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels Saga. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and web, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and all Android devices. For more information, check out idlechampions.com.
I'm Rhiannon Held. I write Urban Fantasy is Rhiannon Held. That series is actually about werewolves, which would not be a surprise if you know anything about my character. And Space Opera as RZ Held. And as some of us have already said, we are all authors. And if you are interested in taking a look at any of our books, check out the Amazon Blacksmith widget on Twitch or dungeonscrawlers.com and try them out.
Hey, I'm Ying Wang, a writer and a filmmaker. I just want to hop back over to Aaron, though. Like Champions of Lore, what did you talk about last week, and what are you talking about this upcoming week?
So we talked about, nominally we talked about Avernus and Bell, which were added in October as elements of the game. But we ended up talking sort of about the 9 hells and the nature of demons and devils, the nature of evil alignments versus good alignments, and it was a great time. And guess what? We're going to do it again on Monday.
Devils again? Nice.
Yeah, because we just have so much to say. I have so much to say. It turns out B-Dave has so much to say. It was really kind of exciting to kind of hit on something that we were both really excited about and had kind of delved real deep into. Because a lot of that show is wonderful, but it's us just being ridiculous and making up stuff about like how Arl probably spits up magical owl pellets and whether or not Lord Neverember is actually half treant.
I hope so.
Oh, this was
Teach
a good
the
crunchy
controversy.
a mix of nonsense and crunchiness. So I highly recommend it. Of course I do.
No, sounds great.
I'm Stephen Merlino. I write sword and sorcery, and I hang out with these folks every week.
I feel like another word wanted to jump into the spot of folks.
Yeah.
These thirst traps. These chads. What other words did we use today? What other word? Okay.
I'm Randy Henderson, and I eat food awkwardly on streams for entertainment. That's nice.
Oh.
Okay, well, when last we left the Westgate Irregulars, they were underground in the hidden house, Lyra's moving temple in the sewers. I dropped on my dice, and I'm looking for it.
Oh, no,
Wait,
you
let me
can't
see.
roll
Nope.
now.
Wow.
I don't see it.
I dropped my dice and I can't get up.
No such luck. Anyway, I'll find it later.
Oh. Was that the one that always rolled really well, I hope?
Oh, God, yeah. Throw that away.
The opposite, Randy. That was what I refer to as the mercy die.
What?
I know.
Fine, keep looking.
It's such a cruel fate that you all
Do you
are
remember
suffering.
those old, the really, really, really first edition box set of these little like paperback stapled together pamphlets of D&D? Have you ever seen those? They came with these dice that I've referred to as being called paste dice,
Oh my God.
but they were so primitive. They weren't particularly symmetrical, and the ink was all splotchy. And I had this one. It was a white one, and it was the death die. It rolled 20s probably 50% of the time.
Oh, that's amazing. We should all get those dice, except for Eric. Eric, you should not get those dice.
I have a set of those dice,
Not for
actually.
you.
It was produced by TSR, so it has to be legit. So, but I lost it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Anyway, and despite what the layout says, all of these rapscallions have leveled up to 11th level. So
Oh, I forgot to update the overlay with that. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. Anyway, but they have gone up through the exit from the hidden house, which was taking people to random places around the realms, or perhaps across the multiverse itself. And it dumps you out in a sweet smelling wooden room, like the walls are made of wood and stone foundations. It smells just cloyingly sweet. Dozens of different scents assail your nostrils. The Night Mask who you pursued up here has beat a hasty retreat from this room, and you don't see him anywhere. The room is full of candles and vials set in little stands, and soaps and candles hang from the rafters. It looks like a shop of some kind that you've climbed out of the trapdoor basement of.
Okay, so we're in
Thought it
like
was
the
a massage
storage
parlor.
room. The
It looks like you're on the first floor of a shop.
first floor being cellar.
First floor being ground floor. You can
Okay.
see out the window. You see that it's dark outside.
Ah,
Like the cellar door is the magic door.
Like the cellar door is the magic door.
right. And so is the front door wide open because the dude bolted?
The front door does. Well, you climb out just in time to see the front door bang to on its. Just close, sort of, but not all the way, and then it kind of creaks back open a little bit. Obviously, he ran out that way.
If all the prisoners,
I want to
Headed
get
off.
that guy.
You don't see any other people.
They probably
okay,
went to a
cool. So we
different
don't need to worry
location.
about them. They've
Yeah.
they've figured it out. They've taken care of themselves. Good job, prisoners.
Can I catch that guy? Can I?
You
catch
want
that
to
guy?
run for the front door?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll initiative.
That all of us are just stirred.
All of you can roll if you would like, but
Oh,
I mean-
absolutely.
okay.
Well, Artemisia's not running, so.
Rogar's trying to think of what
It's mostly an initiative check to see if Sturge is fast enough.
Okay.
Well, maybe one of us is fast enough, but it's not Cecilia because I rolled a 4.
10.
I have a lot on my mind. I'm sorry.
Okay. Sturge goes darting out into the night.
And Rogar rolls perception just to see if he can determine a good soap that would smell really good on Ruin. And I mean,
Make a
not
check.
that, not that
Are
a
you robbing this shop?
not that a druid. No, I wouldn't rob. I'd leave some coin. But not that a druid, who always lives in the wild, could use a little bit of deodorant or something. I'm
It's
just
going to be
saying.
at least 2 glasses, I can tell.
Smells like
It's one of these nights.
So I
Oh,
got
yeah.
a 12 plus. If I'm using, what am I using? Perception. What would I use for that?
Perception.
All right, so that's a 20.
Perceive what your partner wants.
I have a really good.
All right. So you find a scent which is a little bit rugged, but it has a certain undertone of sweetness to it, which you find very appealing. I'm not going to say it's patchouli,
But we all know
but
it.
it reminds you of stony passages and the comfort and warmth of being underground.
Question: could you give this soap an Old Spice style name? Please?
Yes, I can.
Drink. How many can we make
I
Eric
love
drink?
Old Spice's deodorant names. They're so ridiculous.
Yeah, they have great ones.
Oh, I
Okay.
remember buying my father for Father's Day a ceramic lighthouse filled with Old Spice.
What?
It was so cool. It wasn't just a jar, it was a ceramic lighthouse.
Is that from Etsy or is that something that Old Spice makes?
No, it was
This
an Old
was
Spice
back in the day. Yeah.
original.
My
This was
grandfather had a
probably-
bunch of them.
This was probably in the 70s.
Chads.
Sure, it's a collectible now.
All right. So you find this perfume is what it is actually, and you also hear a creak on the stairs as somebody is coming down the stairs into the room. And this person, who is a woman, a half-elf woman, says, "Ah, yes, that's Dusty Stone."
Okay.
This woman is, like I said, she's a half elf. She appears to be
I'm gonna over
maybe in her early middle years. For a half elf, that means she's probably like late 30s or 40, maybe 50 years old. She's very blonde. She had her hair is not particularly styled since you obviously woke her up, and she's wearing a nightgown and holding a candle. She doesn't seem all that surprised to see you or all that threatened.
Good.
Sorry to barge in on your chop.
She says, "Oh no, you'd be surprised how often such strange things happen."
It was gonna be like we chased out a robber, but I also don't know if Sturge went running after him, so I can point and be like, "See?" Did
She
you make
says,
your
"Oh
initiative
yes, there is a draft." She heads over to the door and just kind of closes it. She says, "It's a bit early to start business, but please, I will brew us some tea."
check? Okay.
She's a vampire.
I am Lagartha Legend, the owner of the Dancing Maiden. Make yourselves at home here.
You were just heading out? Or,
Yeah,
I don't
we
know.
must hurry home.
But
I'm
now
sure
we're
you'd
all
like
her
to
best
wait
friends.
until the sun rises, but if you wish to leave, certainly.
That's right. We're not supposed to be running around Westgate in the dark because
sorry, Mr. Do we know we're in Westgate?
that's what Ruan told
Yeah,
us. Do you not
yeah.
trust your man?
Oh, okay.
Do you ask her that?
Good question.
Oh,
I mean, she does operate a business in wherever you are.
Sorry, I forgot that he had propped open. He'd let the people escape and had propped open the
Yeah.
door to keep it in the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
location. I thought we'd gone to a different location. Sorry.
You're
Okay.
just like, we gotta
Catching
get
up
out of here.
mentally here, right? But sure. No, I wouldn't question. If Ruin told us it's Westgate, I'll trust Ruin. But if someone else wants to like confirm,
Yeah, I don't trust Ruan. It was like, yeah, nighttime in Westgate, right?
Indeed, one has to be careful of the terrors of the night.
The city's so weird. How long have you lived here?
All my life, I inherited the shop from my grandmother, in fact.
I still think she's a vampire.
Brewing tea for you. Like the kettle is warming up on the fire.
Can Stall roll like a nature or something to determine what kind of tea it is?
Yes.
So I'm gonna get a 26.
Okay. It smells very much like jasmine tea.
And only jasmine tea, right?
Yes.
little
Okay.
We're in Westgate. The possibility that she's about to drug us and rob us, reasonably high.
Exactly.
You see how
Bingo.
suspicious I've made these PCs? I consider that to be a success.
You really was just acclimated to our adopted home.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
spend a half
Full of
hour being
doppelgangers.
scared of a perfume shop. Yeah.
Yeah, an old woman in a perfume shop.
Artemisia,
Well done. Well done,
I'm
Eric.
going to save you all some paranoia here. Artemisia, now that you've got your bearings, the Dancing Maiden is a perfumery.
Parfum.
that is quite famous in the old city in Westgate. And it is indeed run by this woman named Lagertha Legend, who is a half-elf who claims descent from Ch44, who is the original owner of the shop from at least a century ago. She's supposed to be a very kind, very welcoming woman who does indeed offer people tea. And she sells perfumes and soaps and candles of all different kinds.
Well, so Artemisia is going to say, like, yes, she's legit. I know of her. I don't know her, but.
Yeah, you've never been here personally, but you do know that it is a place. People talk about it often in the salon.
So
Like, that doesn't preclude it being owned by a vampire. But
No, it does not.
vampire
I'm-
doppelganger.
Assuming that because of the battle, Artemisia's clothes are not sort of in the best shape, and like she got hit with and healed, but probably still a bit bloody, and et cetera.
Yeah, you probably have magic missile marks. So.
She's gonna try to like kind of adjust her coat to like cover blood stains a little bit, and then she's gonna go and sort of try to talk to the woman about like just talk shop in terms of like finding good suppliers and stuff like that. She is not gonna do very well at it as far as the owner is concerned because she's very spacey right now, but she's sort of like trying to draw the woman out, so she does most of the talking.
Okay. You want to make me a charisma check of some kind?
Certainly. What kind?
What kind are you attempting?
I mean, not quite persuasion because like she's not. Well, actually, okay, yeah, persuasion to persuade her that like everything's fine and Artemisia's got it all under control and her friends aren't weird at all.
Yeah, that sounds like persuasion, all right. Or deception.
Deception.
Disadvantage. Sturge is standing right behind her.
That's a 28.
Oh, nice.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah. You settle into gentle, relaxed conversation with her. And she seems to take you very seriously and like just think that you're a totally reasonable person and your friends are totally reasonable and not weird.
Yay!
So you lied to her with persuasion. All right.
Dare you?
Deception has the same modifier, so.
As long as
Okay.
we're here, are any of the soaps magical?
Are you Sturge? What?
Listen,
So you're looking around with your
I
magic
just
sight.
figured I'd check.
I mean, so after that bubble bath Sortion gave her, maybe she's like, I can get into this.
Right? Maybe this is my new character quirk.
Yeah.
You don't think any of the soaps are magical.
All right, I'm just gonna look at Sturge and be like, I'm assuming he knows what I mean. Did you check?
Sturge isn't back yet.
Sturge Bolt.
Oh, you left. This is my question. I missed whether or not you made it out after the night masks. Well, when you come back, I'll let you know. But like,
Okay.
he went running off, and we're just standing.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
I feel a little bad. We should probably go after Sturge.
Well, the
didn't notice.
door
so stealthy.
rattles, and Lagertha goes, "Oh, hold on." She heads over to the door and she opens it. You see Sturge standing there, looking disappointed.
Oh. Rats.
His
Got
nose
away.
is drooping a
Find
little.
that guy.
She says, are you? Excuse me. I'm sorry. Are you Crab and Gleer?
Yes, I answer to that name.
I have seen one of your shows. Very entertaining.
Ah, you like the Purple Lady then?
On occasion.
Have you been there recently? It's been quite some time for me. We've been distracted.
Adventurers, eh?
Rather, there seems to be some disagreement about our allegiance in this town. Anyway.
She looks at you confused.
Oh, you know, there's powers that lurk in the shadows here, and they take exception to us taking exception to them.
You look like a man in need of some tea.
Actually, that would be lovely.
Since Artemisia's not talking to the owner anymore, she's going to go to Stong and get out of her bag the jewels that were her share of what we found in the Hydra debris.
Barf covered jewels. Let's be clear.
Oh, okay.
Hydra bar.
She cleaned them as best she could. She's going to hand over, like, she can't be exact, so it's going to be a little bit extra, but she's going to hand over the amount that she borrowed from him back in Red and Sear.
Oh, okay.
Stong.
In addition to being covered in Hydra blood, now your hands are covered in Hydra goo.
Yes. But Stong takes the gems from her and he says, "Oh, thank you, my friend, for paying back that loan without any interest and exactly the same amount that you borrowed from me. Thank you."
Gonna get another one.
Oh, I wasn't hinting at anything. Keep that one. Keep that one. These are
Mirabelle
great.
goes, and she takes the other gem.
Mirabelle,
choking hazard.
give that back.
Oh, it's a cupboard. Ew.
Yeah.
No.
Stong-
She wiped him off.
Okay.
Stong takes the one in
That
Mirabelle's
seems
hand.
ineffective.
Well, it wasn't effective, but she did try.
Did
Stong
she
will-
prestidigitate them clean?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, Hydra stomach acid flies onto the wall of the perfumery.
Oh no.
No, back in the she's not doing it now.
Only
Would not
Gareth is like,
prestidigitate
huh,
something
that's
here.
an interesting smell. I could make a perfume out of that.
Well, I feel like I've seen parents do this. So Stong is going to take the gem from Mirabelle's hands and look at it for more Hydra acid, and he'll put it in his mouth and like clean off the rest, and suck off the rest, and then give it back to her. There, it's clean now.
Song, you take 1 point of acid damage.
It's
But
hard
that
being a
was some
parent.
I'm torn because I have done something like that. It never was something that disgusting.
Did you
Sure.
heal? Did you heal from the battle?
No.
Stone
I
goes
healed myself.
unconscious.
No, I did catch cure wounds.
All right,
I cure
all right.
wounds myself, yeah.
All right.
I burnt some of my spell slots.
It just would have been really funny. Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, Lagertha is not going to keep you there. She serves you some tea, and then she goes, "Well, you have other business, obviously. Thank you for patronizing my shop, even if it was accidental."
Dark now. I guess.
It is basically dawn, so light
Okay.
is starting to creep into
Okay.
the street.
Not gonna lie, I was a little like, this could be interesting, sneaking through the dark streets of Westgate.
Oh yeah.
Okay, are you gonna buy it? Artemisia is gonna tell you whatever the soap was that you were looking at.
The chat came up with musky stone, which I think is better. So I think we'll go with musky stone as the name of the soap.
Oh, I think that was me. But Dire Wolf was an awesome suggestion as well. But
It was also
I
good.
like Direwolf.
Yeah.
Just get both of them and he can layer
Oh,
them.
there's
I get
That's right, buy
Dire's-
them all.
There are
The
two.
soap
There's
in one
musky
and the
stone,
aftershave in
and
the
there's
other.
also direwolf.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
kit.
Okay.
I'll get them both.
You get him the aftershave and he's like, I don't shave.
Show him how much you
No,
like
no.
him.
It costs a small amount of coin. Rather more than you would spend on a just a general, just kind of like whimsical gift, because this is a pretty high class place.
Artisanal. Okay. We're in the hipster side of town. All right.
This lady is a guild artisan. I just want you to know.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So,
Okay.
you get out into the street. It is dawn. People are starting to go about their business. You're in the old city in Westgate, which is kind of located in the southwest end of the city, somewhat removed from Darkdance Manor, sort of close to where Briarhouse used to be.
Can we walk
would
by
you
the
like to
empty
do?
lot?
We're gonna walk through the empty lot and be sad at it.
You certainly can.
So who's carrying Myrin again?
Sarshan.
Martian.
Sarshan is? Okay.
Yep,
We
Sarshan
should
had her.
probably get back and put her
Yeah, that's true.
down.
I
Mhm.
Are we going to
Like,
take
let
her
her
to the Purple Lady or back to Darkdance Manor?
I think we should take her to Darkdance Manor. Like, there's probably sort of like spells around that she'd benefit from.
we thought that, and then it's done absolutely nothing for us. So I'm skeptical. But I can also see if she wakes up being in her own bed is the ideal situation. So I'm willing to be swayed to take her to the Purple Lady. Although I don't know what the state of Illera is.
I don't even know if Illera's home.
Well,
She would-
Shay,
Fair. Shay rescued her.
yeah, said her.
It-
name,
it-
but-
It was
I-
in her
I would-
letter.
I would suggest we take her to her bed, and perhaps Rogar might do some kind of Sharinlar restoration on her. Maybe that's what it would take to bring her back to consciousness.
I can do a bit of curing, but yeah, I'll need to rest myself before I can attempt another greater restoration.
Same. I'm almost dead, friends.
Yeah, we all need rest.
All right.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but I'm almost dead.
Just, casually dropping
Everybody
that out there.
protect Stong in case something falls on him.
Um,
A bird like slams into you.
We better not go the route of the ladder.
Damn ladder.
so,
So-
Or run into Cyril. Remember
where-
what he did to
I will
Kayla.
protect you from Cyril.
Just as
Where are you going to go?
Dark
Dark
Dance
Dance.
Manor.
Dark Dance.
Okay.
Just as a general policy, I want to say this so I don't have to keep interrupting everyone to say it. Every time Sturge leaves the home or is in public, he takes on a different persona. His goal is not to ever be seen as Sturge in this city again.
Oh,
Yeah,
starting
interesting.
now, or have you been doing this for a while?
Starting now.
Do you have specific guises, or are you just like looking like random people?
Because the owner of the perfumery recognized him and he's like, nope, can't have that.
Hmm.
I
Well,
don't know that feeling.
I mean-
I'm always awkward when someone like recognizes me at Starbucks. Is like, oh, you want your regular? I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't come here anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh my God, I used to.
I was a little like back in the old times when that was a thing.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, the pre-pandemic
Wait.
days.
People went to Starbucks?
In person?
Yes, and often enough, the baristas would be like, oh,
And then they
tall
sat
latte.
indoors.
I miss my
Oh,
cat.
it's
I
so
do miss my
sad and so
cafe.
true. All right.
Anyway,
Ah.
sorry. So Sturge.
Yeah, he's just going to make sure he's constantly appears as someone else. And yeah, I just wanted to let you know that. The reason is he's going to go to war against the Night Masks, and he does not want them to ever have a good idea who it is that's assassinating them.
Have you
Oh.
explained this plan?
Hmm?
Have you explained this plan to us, or did you just like walk out looking like?
I assumed you all were in agreement and would join me.
Why would Sturge explain this plan to somebody?
I mean, good.
Does that
point.
sound like Sturge? No.
I will do the research. I will identify the safe houses from all those. We have yet to go through those papers and maps that we confiscated from the Duchess
True.
event.
True.
And once I've targeted a few of these places, I'll do a little research, make sure that they are indeed still used by the Night Masks, and then one at a time, in the middle of the night, they will burn to the ground or otherwise be denuded of occupants.
This is when we go and we get the fire knives to help us, and then we fight them.
I
We burn
haven't
all their houses
decided.
down.
I haven't decided if I'm going to frame the fire knives or the golden swords for each individual eradication. But once I have decided, I'll let you know. I'll be sure to
I
let
mean, you could ask our opinions too. Just as a note, Cecilia has seeming. She could disguise the rest of us.
Oh, I'll
So
be invisible. It'll be wonderful.
you can make yourself look like someone else. But if we all look like us, I think people are going to work it out. So if you
Yeah,
ask,
of
she'll do
course.
that.
I naturally assumed you would be able to take care of such details.
Cool. So I'll use seeming. And what do you look like right now? Because I assume you've already changed and decided what you're going to be.
I look like oh, I Artemisia wouldn't like it if I became Bo, would she?
Oh, that would be really rough.
That would not be cool. It's the only like dude I can think of.
You could look like
right now-
Lagartha. We could just all look like half-elf ladies of a certain age.
Rogar's only got an intelligence of 9, so he's like, or you could make me look like Ruin and Ruin look like me, and you could look like Artemisia and she could look like you, and then no one would know who we were.
Good thing you're
I'm
wise,
just gonna-
Rogar.
Just somebody he sees, he remembers from one of his contacts, nobody, just a very forgettable.
You give me something to work off of so we look like people who should be together. So, okay, one of your contacts, it's a dock worker guy.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound good?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Seeming, and we're all going to look like kind of rough dock workers, and Myrin looks like a drunk dock worker that Sarshan dock worker is carrying.
So is Stong just holding like a little dock worker, or is he
Yes.
holding like okay, all right.
A tiny dock worker.
Rogar
with
And if you
the
don't like it, you better tell me.
Little,
I can
little
make you-
overalls.
This is good.
I can make them look 1 foot taller or 1 foot shorter. Should she look shorter or taller?
Oh. She
Does
should
she have one of those-
shorter. Let's go shorter. Like the
She's
smallest
a
dock
tiny
worker.
little
A
dock
tiny
worker.
dock worker.
Did they-
Yeah.
did they-
Do we see it on ourselves, or do we only
That's a
see it
good
on
question.
other people?
But disguises. your
Yes,
physical
I'm pretty
appearance,
sure
all
you
your
see it.
stuff.
Hmm.
Okay, but don't let anybody touch you or look really, really close because it'll show.
Mm.
So just look aggressive, like somebody they don't want to bump into, which I think it's a good look.
Well, at first,
Beard
I
is
think
very
that
off-putting.
Artemisia is going to look high because she's going to be like, "What? What is
Just walk her along and Cecilia's gonna smack her hand. Like, calm down. It says any number of creatures I can see, so I assume I can hit everybody who's not Sturge.
What?
this lasts
You can affect as
for
many people as
8
you can
hours.
see?
Yeah, but it doesn't stand up to inspection. So if someone was really like looking for us, it's imperfect.
Yeah.
But for now, if this is our plan to move around the city not looking like us, I helped.
Right on. That's awesome. Mass disguise.
All right. So, mask disguised, you head down the street. Do you go past the empty lot that is Briar House?
Is that on the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you go past the empty lot that is Briar House. You see that it is overgrown and there's like trash in it, and like there are several people who had pulled up rugged blankets and were sleeping around a fire pit in the middle of it.
Oh.
And this carriage lets out just in front of Briar House while you're walking up to it. And this woman gets out, a Shao woman, and she gets out and she looks at it at the empty lot, and she goes,
Uh-oh. Is that the landlady?
"I'm ruined." I say, "Ruined." "Hey, you!" And she waves her cane at the squatters. Get out, or pay me rent."
Oh,
And they beat a hasty retreat.
look.
Well, so Artemisia is going to turn to everybody and be like, "Stong, I gave you that coin, but we need to pay her for. We can't just let her be ruined."
I agree.
Can I shout over to her? Have you reported it to your insurance?
She looks over at you, sees this group of dock workers, heckling her, and she says,
It's not a heckle. It's a serious question.
you mind your own business, Westerners."
We're just some money savvy dock workers just hanging out. But perhaps
Most homeowners insurance covers acts of sorcerer.
I should ask, did you disguise yourself as dock workers of kind of like the native Westar ethnicity, or
I feel
Shao
like
dock
Cecilia
workers,
would have
or is
kind
there
of
like a
gone
mix?
For a mix.
All right.
Just
Ethnically non-threatening group. Got it.
there we go. Yeah.
Okay.
More like, if she's gonna do it, she's gonna be a little bit interesting.
Okay.
Not gonna be the
so-
same guy 6 times.
So the woman,
that would be really
the woman
7 times. How many people are here?
returns.
A lot. Anyway.
The woman returns a shout in Shao. I don't know if any of you actually speak that language.
No,
so you
I-
don't know what she said, but she's obviously swearing at you in Shao.
I could.
It was a
I-
good suggestion. I'm just saying.
I erased whether I'd run out of spell slots because I thought we were going to rest before I needed to cast something again. But I have tongues. I probably should. By the time she casts
a
it,
swear
swear word
that's
has a certain visceral
Yeah.
feel. I
It
think
does.
Mhm.
Yeah. You
Like,
get a pretty good sense. She's swearing at you like a sailor.
So I think Stong would, walk over to Artemisia, and then he would hand her like some of the gems back, and he would say, "I like where your heart is at, my friend. Here's another 0 interest loan in order to help this woman."
Okay, so Artemisia's gonna try to like pull people together and be like, look, whatever money we have on us, Cecilia, like if I step like behind the carriage, will you take it off me and then I can come and then go and hand it to her?
Sure.
Would that not
What-
break the spell on everyone? Sarshan says.
That is a wonderful question. Let me think. So as long as you don't touch her
You can
and
say
show
you're a
your
messenger.
soft lady hands,
Oh, yeah.
it should be okay. And if she decides to inspect you, she might be able to do something like check against a spell save DC.
But can you make Artemisia look like Artemisia? Because Artemisia
Oh no!
wants to
Sorry,
be
I
like as herself.
misunderstood. No, I misunderstood. If I drop it, I drop it on everybody.
No, shoot,
You could say you're a messenger from Artemisia.
Yeah.
that's true. Okay,
You're a fancy lady. You hire people.
all right. So,
All right.
who's
So we're gonna-
contributing to the money?
How much money do we owe her?
I mean, I'm sure Artemisia knows.
Sarshan looks around. Friend Stong, hold this for a moment. He
Okay.
hands Myrin to Stong.
I bet you, if you wanted to buy it, you probably could get a good deal right
Go
about
ask
now.
her how much. Yeah, go ask her how much she'll sell for. This is the time to do that.
He starts rooting through his pockets.
I'm ready for him
acquiring
to pay in like rabbit
coins.
bones or something.
There is a rabbit foot.
I feel like that's something
There are
more
several
sturdy.
feathers and a couple of shells that he thought were really pretty.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, this is for you. And he hands it to Cecilia.
Aw.
That's very sweet and thank you.
Oh, a golden ring. Is this magical? He shows it to Cecilia.
Is it magical?
No.
Okay, no, it's
Okay,
not.
he hands that to Artemisia.
Oh, you should have put that ring on her finger.
No, he should not. Shut
See
up,
if
Star.
it's magical.
What would that indicate?
Shut up, Saul.
Oh, okay.
If Ruin were there, he'd be like, boom.
Did Ruin here? Or did he go
Nope.
with the Okay.
He went with
But-
the other group.
Sarshan is here and
Well,
it's the vast
hold on. I think maybe Ruin did reunite with you before
he
you
did
left.
kind of come
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
and tell us.
Okay, Ruin his hand over Sebastian or
Oh,
Sarshan's.
Ruan, you were there the whole time.
Sebastian has been trailing along behind you, looking a little hangdog and a little befuddled.
He's now a dock worker, so
Yeah,
it's probably quite confusing.
he looks
We
like
all
a
have weird days.
hungover dock worker.
Okay, go
okay,
ask her
so-
how much for the house. Like, go ask her how much for this, and we'll see if we can just do that with gems and coins and stuff.
Yeah, buy the land, buy the property.
No, you know what? I'll go do it.
Okay.
And just go up to her and be like, well, it seems like you're in some trouble. I'm going to try a dock worker voice. It's not going very well, but for all she knows, I've had a horrible throat injury. And if she asks, that's what I'm going to tell her.
Are you disguised as a Shao dock worker or a native Westar dock worker?
I don't know. Should we diafade it?
Yes.
So high is Shao.
Yeah.
Ooh, 11.
Okay.
Shao. I'm gonna go up to her and be like, "Oh, it seems like this is some property you want to get rid of. Would you be willing to sell it? We've been looking to build a home for injured dock workers."
She looks at you.
That's awesome.
Make a deception check. Because you're basically acting in character.
11.
11. Okay. All right. She seems kind of predisposed to like you because you share the same ethnic background. And she says, "Well, it would be outside the value of a simple dock worker. Who is your master that I might speak with him?" Or her? Or them.
We've been working for Lady Artemisia Tararon because those Vamos bastards laid us off. And so we've been helping rebuild. You look very upset by that.
Artemisia Tararon? Ah, that is the irresponsible hussy who lost my house.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Wait, I need to go update her profile. What is she? She's the
Oh, but wouldn't it be
Irresponsible
satisfying
irresponsible hussy.
for her coin to be funneled into this a way to make you whole, and also a place for the lowbrow likes of us? She seems entirely too fancy for her own good.
Huh. Make a persuasion check.
Can Artemisia hear this?
Oh, yeah. She is not being soft about, not being quiet about this.
22.
22. You know, that would be a kind of poetic justice.
The best kind of justice.
She leans in close and she says, "Are you looking to steal this coin from her?"
I mean, I wouldn't say that in so many words, but
And you're looking to appropriate this coin through hard work. Wink.
Love it.
you and I are speaking the same language.
Well, I could certainly recoup some of my losses for, say, 5,000 gold pieces.
Okay, let me go discuss with the other dock workers about how we want to make this investment.
Put together a plan to earn, wink, this coin.
Perhaps she would be persuaded by a ruby-encrusted gold chalice that isn't cursed at all.
Yeah.
I'm worried we might need that
woman after we've stolen her house.
Actually, I am only jesting. We may need that for...
Sargent says, yes, we should hand her the chalice that incapacitated the most powerful sorceress we know.
Hey, you weren't there, you don't know what happened. But anyway, I come over and I'm like, okay, she wants 5,000 for the space, and we need to pretend we stole it from Artemisia. Sorry. But it's okay. It'll just make her feel better.
Well, Artemisia, she actually isn't listening that closely. Like, she'll hand Cecilia, like, the money that she got from Stong and whatever else she had that's her own share. And then she's, like, kind of looking at the ring in her hand. Does it look familiar at all?
No, it's just a gold ring.
Oh, okay. She's going to...
It does kind of vaguely remind you of another ring that you have worn in the past.
Oh my.
But it's not that ring.
Oh. Well,
this is not the ring that Sturge made, right? That disappears when you were messing with Starship.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. We give someone an imaginary ring.
Oh,
well,
no.
she's
I found that ring on the bottom of the river.
Oh,
Sargent says.
One thing we don't want that.
Yeah.
she's gonna still put it in her pocket. It's not anything important. All right, house.
Okay, do we go back to Darkdance Manor and figure out how much we have and how much we need, and also put Myrin down, because I assume she's getting heavy at this point between the two of you.
Stong is just casually just like lifting Myrin like in the background. Like he's just casual, you know. Dock workers
Going,
pressing
Daddy's strong,
stock
Daddy's
workers.
strong, Daddy's strong.
Yeah, it's dock worker exercise. This is what we do with each other.
Okay, we don't know how much the gems are worth, though.
No, but Stong is carrying 1,000 gold, so he could certainly
Yeah, you can chip in
offer that.
1,000.
The lady goes back to cursing her foul luck with her house having disappeared.
Seems ineffective.
Okay. Rogar, I don't know what Rogar would have on him other than, but.
Okay, so Cecilia will kick in 1,000. I haven't been buying stuff. I've just been mooching, so.
Yeah, I only have 1,100 on my sheet, gold-wise. But, you know, you could use all that if you want.
I'm not telling you what's on my sheet.
I see. Wow.
And I have never tracked anything on my sheet. Zancho Panzai did all that for me, so.
Don't know where I got this money, but I think I just get money and I'm like, okay. And then I don't really buy anything. People buy me presents. It's great. It works great.
Artemisia only has
and stuff.
The like Hydra barf stuff.
Okay, so we have how many gems from the Hydra Barf?
thought Eric told us last time how much it was worth.
Well,
I don't
Eric
remember.
said, approximately. So is it
that's right. You
approximately
said a
enough to buy the
number.
house?
That's right. Because Sturge was pressing you for a number, and you were like,
I told you it was approximately like 2,000 gold pieces worth of gems and stuff.
okay, so we're 1,000 short at that point.
Yeah.
Do I have 1,000? Do I have 1,000 gold?
And whatever Sarshan handed over.
Sarshan handed over 500 gold pieces
Live
worth of
in
things.
Briar House? I
Nice.
actually don't know that.
Short 500.
I have
What?
been to Briar House, Sarshan says.
It's like, take your money back. You're moving too fast. But okay, so we're short 500. You have 500. Rogar has 500. Maybe?
Sturge.
Sturge
Yeah.
is very
Does Rogar
quiet.
have 500
Yeah,
from all the adventuring he's been doing with the Westgate Irregulars?
Sturge has 500.
All right.
Okay.
So that together should be enough to pay this woman right now. So we pull it all together, and I'll go back to her and I will say, it's really strange. She paid us in these gems, but here's 5,000 for the plot of land.
She looks at the gems and gold and like various coins and stuff. She looks up at you. Make another persuasion check.
14. Throw in the seashell. That seems mean.
Well, that Artemisia Terraronis is just an adventurer. She makes poor decisions all the time. It shouldn't really surprise me that she would, pay you in these gemstones.
Pay us.
I won't ask how you acquired this, but since you did, the plot of land is yours. Whatever you find upon it, including those squatters, if you want to take them, you're free to have them.
Take them down to the docks.
Oh, free squatters. What a
Take them
deal.
down to the docks and give them something worth doing.
All right.
Make use of them. Make
you
them
have,
productive members of society. I am gone, and she.
Just to be clear, do we have a deed or something that proves our ownership? Don't want to get in trouble with the Eye of Justice or something.
Yes. Where do I send it?
Well, for most of the day, we are at Darkdance Manor doing repairs, so probably that is the best place to send it.
Darkdance Manor, eh?
There's a dock there.
If you
Inside.
send it down to the docks,
manor.
man, Stinky Pete might get a hold of it, and we don't want that.
Well,
don't
we
want
wouldn't
that.
want Stinky Pete. to
Screw
have this
Stinky Pete.
plot of land. She says, I shall take half of the coin and jewels. She takes
All right.
some of it.
Oh.
And I shall take the other half when I deliver you this deed of possession.
Okay, just
It shall be
okay.
later today.
Great.
It's a pleasure doing business with you. And she bows to you.
Bow back.
Okay. You've seen enough Shao
I mean,
people
I could.
greeting each other and like acknowledging each other that you can kind of fake it. So
I think I could fake it after one, but okay, cool. All right, so go back and be like, okay, she's gonna come back with the deed, and then we're gonna pay her the rest of this. So I guess we have the land. Now we just have to get the house back, and maybe make it look a little different so it's not really suspicious. Although whatever, we've got the deed.
We've also got these squatters.
Yeah, should we go? The squatters ran off, right?
yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
did.
Oh.
So when they come back, you can find out what's up with them.
Session says, shall I
Okay.
track them down?
No, Sarshan.
I don't think that's a good idea right now. You two have to carry Myrin. I don't know how much you have to pass her back and forth. She's not very big, but having carried someone not very big myself frequently, it still wears you out.
Sebastian, who has been lingering outside the group this whole time, abruptly shouts something in Rashemi, which Cecilia understands to be, green beans.
Okay.
Whoa.
Is
Unexpected.
he,
And then he looks at you all and he says, sorry.
is
Means
this because
What?
he was mind controlled for so long? This is
You
my guess.
suspect so.
That does sound like it. Okay. we all need to go take care of ourselves, our hit points, our psychic brain injuries, whatever is going on with Myrin. So let's book it back to Darkdance Manor.
Yeah.
That's my vote.
Seems wise.
Okay. You head back to Darkdance Manor. The gate is closed once more.
Okay.
The face animates as you approach. It says, welcome, Artemisia Tararon. And then it opens for you.
I feel like the gate is slightly rude for not paying attention to the rest of us. However,
your original mistress is also with us. Just so you're aware, Gate.
I do perceive. Thank you for returning her. She provides such stimulating conversation.
which we're not going to do right now.
And then the face
Yeah.
splits open down the middle and just
Awkwardly.
and opens up.
Oh man, it's like Myrin's talking to her Alexa all day or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, the courtyard is largely deserted. The workers who have been working on the manor every day are not here yet. It's still morning. They haven't shown up yet. At the doors open as you approach, Oliver greets you on the porch.
Presumably, I've dropped the seeming because the gate did recognize Artemisia. Although I don't know, maybe it's magical. So, but yeah, okay, no seeming. We
No
don't have to
seeming.
be
Okay.
doctors.
Oliver greets you, bows deeply, and then he pauses for a second and just kind of like, and then he goes back in the house.
Artemisia's gonna bow back to him.
Okay.
We should take Myrin to her bedroom, which I need to clean up. Let me go make Myrin's bedroom ready for her, and she's gonna run off.
The manor is full of the smell of roasting potatoes, frying meat, and fresh fruits.
It's amazing.
Seems Oliver was making you breakfast, and now
that's
that
nice.
more of you have shown up than he expected, he's making more breakfast.
That's good. It means he cleaned up what you left in the kitchen.
Can I make a roll just to make sure that it's nothing but breakfast?
Make a perception check.
So suspicious.
You know, it's Westgate.
I mean,
22.
We're trained. That's what it is.
Potatoes, herbed potatoes, bacon, eggs, and a loaf of bread that he's made.
Stong wants to comment on how generous and skilled of a chef he is.
Also, you can smell mulling wine.
Stong mentions that to Cecilia.
Did he take the wine I brought home and put it in the mulled wine? Is it Tsar jeweled or something else?
It's just
Just
kind of common drinking wine. He wouldn't
it
mull the
very
jewel; it's too expensive. And the Tsar would be its own drink.
That's
So.
fair. Just wanted to check. I mean, I don't know, because we were out of stuff, so
Look,
you could have been in a pinch.
Oliver
This is what Westgate mimosas are: mulled champagne with almonds.
Oliver has no sense of sight and no sense of hearing. But, well, no, he can hear.
hearing.
He's just
Oh, okay.
blind mute.
Yeah, I
So
was
he
gonna
has no
say,
sense of sight and no voice, but he certainly has a sense of taste. So he would not mold jewel. That's silly. I mean, people in Rashomon might mold jeweled, but people outside of Rashomon,
If
it's
you
too
wanna be
expensive
dead.
to do that. Yeah.
So I think that Cecilia has been through someone casting Dominate Person on her enough that she knows the best thing for after is greasy food, like a hangover.
Right.
So she is going to head for the kitchen.
Okay.
And probably drag Sarshan with her. And I think maybe
yes.
she's aware that Sebastian probably needs to come too. So she will just look at him and then walk where she's going and expect that he will follow or he won't.
He does.
And
He
if anybody else
also
got
knows
zapped,
that.
they should come too, but I don't think anybody else got brain zapped. Although
Okay.
obviously you can come eat bacon and bread and eggs and wine.
Artemisia,
Eggs and
you're
wine sounds so bad.
Artemisia, you're preparing the room for Myrin. It seems that somebody has cleaned out the bathtub of the muddy water that Cecilia left there, and made the bed and like cleaned up the destroyed clothing, which you didn't actually see, so you don't know what's really there. There are a bunch of clothes in the closets. The bed is pretty well made. There's a faint smell of wet fur in this room. You're not sure where that came from. You see that book on the desk, kind of haphazardly on the desk.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's going to take
book
the book
with the rune on it. Oh,
Yeah,
you pick up the book? Okay.
Pick up
There
the
is a gold ring sitting on the desk under the book.
Does this one look familiar?
Oh, yes. That is definitely Lilton's ring.
Oh, see, she took a couple of crossbow bolts to the stomach, I'm saying, and she didn't like that at all. And this ring, it made her harder to hit and like easier to save for stuff. So she's going to see if she can find like just a little, actually, she always has her notebook with her. So she's going to take out her notebook and she's going to write real fast. You are wearing the ring again. And then she's going to put it down, like propped open. And then she's going to try putting the ring on to see if she still sees it.
Yep, you can see it on your hands.
Such a bad idea.
Can she take it off?
There's only one finger it fits on, by the way.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Can she take it off?
Yes. When you put it on, you feel this kind of crackle of magic around you. An image of Lilton appears. You know it's an image, not actually him, because it's slightly translucent.
Mm-hmm.
There's this, I'm so glad you have put the ring back on. Now that you understand its magic more fully, I believe that it will not take control of your will or curse you in any way. I hope it protects you, and I hope it offers you sanctuary at need.
Is that you, Wilton? Or is this something you've saved in the ring to...
I know you're trying to talk to me right now, but I'm just a programmed reflection.
Nice.
I do want you to know that you are very brave and very powerful and very adorable. And I do hope this ring does not clash too much with your aesthetic. And then he holds out his hand as though to stroke your cheek, although it's just an illusion. So it only like reaches like halfway toward you.
Oh, can't...
And then he pulls his hand back and he says, I know it will take you a while to trust me, if that ever happens. But
Don't do it.
do not worry. I mean you no harm. In fact, I wish you only the best. Good luck. And then the image wavers out.
She's not going to put it back on, but she's definitely putting it in her pocket.
Okay.
And the ring that was just a normal ring from Sarshan, she's going to put that on so that if people see it later, they're like, oh, it's just that ring she got used to wearing a ring on her hand. And so anyway, taking the book.
All right.
Put the one ring on your hand. I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Stong, what are you doing in the manor house real quick?
So Stong was giving Artemisia a little time to clean up that room, but then he's gonna take some of the breakfast and like feed some to Mirabelle, shove some in his own mouth, and then bring Myrin up to that room.
It's got like a piece of bacon. She's like,
Oh, here, have some jam with that bacon. Yes.
Mirabelle seems to like meat a lot.
I grab her some extra pieces of bacon
Excellent.
for later.
A growing girl.
Rogar, you doing
Aye.
anything in particular in the manor? Ruin does not seem to like meat. He just takes some of the potatoes and seems to be kind of pushing them around on his plate, looking a little unhappy.
He's going to check on Myrin to see, if she's okay. She seems stable and is all right. Then he's gonna probably like cast Guardian of Faith outside whatever room we place her in.
It's the one that
Put
looks
it
like
inside the room.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
The big
Yeah, Dwayne the Rock Johnson dwarf, spectral dwarf in Paladins that remember.
He just spends all his time flexing.
Yes.
Like it's an idle animation. He's just like,
That's right. Yep. And like right, and then I'll probably like just crash. I imagine. I need to. Oh, I'm gonna go pray. And I haven't had a chance to really just sit and pray and thank Sharinlar for saving me from Lazar and the miracle, and just like really try and connect with her and just process all of that. So he needs some time to really just do that and think on what it all means. And
Sturge, you doing something in particular?
So all of those books and maps and things that were confiscated from the Duchess's, do we come away this time with any papers and books from the
The only
temple?
room we went in, they were all trashed, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you didn't really find any.
it occurs to me that all those books and maps are actually in Briar House, unless some of them made it to Stong's house, where we might have looked at them over a dinner table, or to Sturge's apartment in the Purple Lady. Can we like roll a die and see?
When we had the chance to take at least some things out of Briar House when we left it in the astral plane.
That's right.
So it couldn't
You
be
threw
everything, but
things in
Okay,
the
so
bag.
I don't know if we would have put anything in the bag of holding.
You definitely
Yeah.
put stuff in the bag of holding.
Okay.
yeah,
I
Artemisia
remember
was
this
getting
discussion.
clothes and stuff.
According to the chat, per what Daza says in the chat, you did bring those papers in the bag folding from the Astral Sea.
Thank you.
yay!
So Sturge is going to spread that out on the big table in the middle.
Plus 1 point for Daza.
Spread those things out on the big table in the probably the upstairs room that's kind of warded, that magic room up in the tower, right? Because that's got like lead walls and non-detections all over it, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it does seem to be a fairly well warded room.
Okay.
Although you think the wards are turned inward to protect the tower from being destroyed by inadvertent explosions.
Hmm. So
She
there is
knew
no,
this was a possibility.
there's no lead room here. In other words.
Not really, but this is the most protected room you can be in the
Okay.
manor.
Okay. So he's going to do that and let anybody knows who wants to come study with him that that's what he's doing, and he's going to do that thing that detectives do, put on a big map on the wall, and he's going to have yarn and
I need a lot of red string. Okay, look.
Okay, look, I need Artemisia. I need you to get me 6 different colors of string. Okay, I need all the colors of the rainbow, and each one's going to be from red to purple. Red's going to be the freshest. Purple's going to be the stalest. And can you get me some pins too? Pins of different colors, because I'll use
Lots
those.
of pins, as Daz says in the chat.
So that's what he's doing. If he stumbles upon any loose spell scrolls up there. He might scribble them into his spell book as well. Does he find any spells?
No.
Damn it.
Good try,
looked,
though.
didn't
Good
you?
try.
Nice. I saw you trying to slip that in. Anyway, all right. So that's what Surge does. You're going to make me an investigation check, but
Okay.
we're going to get back to you in a second. So, Cecilia, you have gone into the kitchen.
Yes.
Eliver, like after seeing this large number of fairly big, robust, muscular people show up needing to have breakfast, he just put all of the remaining meat into this big frying surface.
Also, don't forget Stong picked up some eels that came out of the trap door too.
Yeah, that's right. Saving those for later.
Okay, all right.
Eliver is
Gonna
currently
let it
holding
age.
one of the eels,
Yeah, that's right.
which is kind of thrashing around in the air, considering how to cook it.
I feel like
Anyway.
eels are probably like a pretty standard 1-star food element.
Indeed,
So
he's just
like,
considering.
what thing should I pick?
Yeah, he's just considering one of the dozen ways he knows how to prepare eels. He's like, and he doesn't say anything because he's mute. But you can see, like you can feel him thinking pie,
Eel pie.
and then he heads over to the where the baking happens. So
I mean, you can see that in people's
Ooh.
face when they get that. Ooh, pie!
I just saw it on your face right there, Randy.
leaving Cecilia by the frying surface with all the meat crackling and spitting and the fat grease popping
That's
up.
what's needed.
Oh man.
Sebastian comes over to that surface around the same time you do, and you just both kind of look at each other and share this moment of understanding, like, yes, this is what you do.
Yep. It's like the worst hangover, but not. So
He seems like he's going to say something, but then he's just like, he looks away. And Sarshan's like,
you will feel a lot better.
he's really killing that meat there.
Yes, it does have to be pretty dead to be bacon.
I see. Pretty dead and pretty salted. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, if you have another way of getting something, like you need something greasy, otherwise you're going to feel terrible tomorrow and later today. And maybe the day after that. Really, it's not fun.
I shall trust your judgment and eat some of that greasy meat.
Assume like whenever you're gonna go hunt, it's unless he's gonna like crack the bones and eat the marrow. That
Can
would
I
hurt.
go get a rabbit?
Rabbits have no fat on them.
Can I go catch a
yeah.
deer?
You have to eat the really fatty parts, like get the marrow.
Organ
out.
meat. Organ meat.
Oh, so I should kill a cow, is what you're saying?
Well, I mean, I want to say yes, but also no, because I don't think you can eat a cow. But also, a cow probably belongs to somebody, and they're gonna get mad about that.
What if
You
it's
get-
what if it belongs to Lady Bleth?
I don't want you to get chopped by an axe.
She feels fairly confident
Aw.
in that statement.
That's so sweet. This is all right. Well, I shall eat some of this dead meat. For the moment, I shall go and make sure that friend Sturge has not blown up the tower.
Okay, don't wait too long to because
The smell is slightly nauseating me. And then he heads out.
Oh.
feel bad.
Sev-
I don't know.
Sebastian looks over at Cecilia and he's like, "Oh,
You got. Mm-mm.
He starts flipping over pieces of the bacon. It's real thick, right? Because medieval bacon.
Medieval bacon.
Hey, I think that's perfectly acceptable logic. All right. Let's go. So yeah, Sebastian doesn't say anything. He just watches your exchange, and then he goes back to preparing things.
Where's the mulled wine? Maybe I'm just gonna eat my bacon and have some mulled wine.
There's a big
Yeah.
pot. There's a big pot.
I feel like that right now. Cecilia has had enough going on that she's. Yep. bacon and drunk. That sounds like a good plan.
Artemisia is going to be coming back here, so she can arrive at whatever point.
So you take a big
Day
dip
drinking.
of the mulled wine.
Yep.
Do you want to just drink it straight out of the dipper, or you want to put it in a bowl?
Is there a handy?
Oh yeah,
container?
there are numerous ceramic bowls,
Okay. We'll put
which
a
are kind of
ceramic
like
bowl.
wine bowls. Okay.
Is my jeweled around somewhere that I bought?
Yes.
Because I feel like
I figure your jeweled came in a cask, so you have like a small cask of jeweled.
sure. That seems entirely plausible. So
So you're drinking this mulled wine,
Preference.
and then you're like, oh.
Like why go easy? Although I think she has a moment of pause because, like, if she opens this, first of all, I think Cecilia is a little bit uncomfortable with the concept of mulled wine on like a primal level because she is superstitious about this enough to feel like if you open something, you have to finish it. But what does that mean when it's a pot? The pot's already open.
Like a cask of wine is a lot of wine too.
Yes. Wait, you're talking about like a little thing though, right? You're talking about a big thing. Oh, I don't know that. I'm skeptical that jeweled comes in something that size. It's rather strong.
Huh, maybe you went to
Well,
like
I mean,
the Costco of the realms.
Costco. It's a Costco size.
Costco size.
Oh, that's difficult.
It's not boxed wine, it's barreled wine.
It's barreled wine. How did I carry this back? I put it in a basket.
Sarshan carried it back.
Oh my god. Oh, why does anybody put things like in this size? Okay, if it's that big, I feel like Cecilia's like, as much as she wants to open it, that's dangerous levels of alcohol. So I guess we're gonna stick with the mulled random wine.
So you feel a presence near you, and Sebastian's standing there, and he says, "Is that jeweled?"
Yes.
Oh, be bad luck to open that and not finish it.
Yep.
Ooh, drinking with the ex.
I don't know about that. She's like such a complicated stew of feelings about Sebastian right now that she can't decide whether to be like, I'm so sorry this happened to you, or punch him in the face.
Says,
I do both. I'm so sorry this happened to you.
That's so true. You should come here and advise her.
I could help you. I could help you with that,
I
Sebastian
feel like
says.
this is more than two people worth of jeweled.
I mean,
Are you bad coming back? Are you going to drink this, or are you going to want your fancy sparkling czar?
if you told her why, she would help you.
Everybody, whatever you were planning on doing, skip it, come down here and drink this Rashemi fire wine. It's fine. It'll be great. I think if Artemisia comes, she might be convinced.
Rogar's always easy to convince to have.
That's true. If Rogar comes, we might have to open a second one.
Okay. So do you open it?
Sure, why not?
All right. So
Party time.
I did threaten on Twitter to see what happens if you're halfway through a bottle. Now it's a cask, though, of Rashemi fire wine, and you decide to become a wolf. So we'll just fulfill it.
I think this is a good time for us to take our break. Come back.
Eric gets to think about what happens.
To see the drunken hijinks that ensue. Cecilia drinking with the ex. Artemisia drinking jeweled for the first time. Maybe Sarshan has some jeweled. We'll see what happens.
It's a bad decision all around.
We're going to call this episode just a bunch of day drinking. That's what we're going to call it. Anyway,
so 5
thank
minutes?
you for coming with. Yes, thank you for coming with us so far. Come back in 5 minutes. We have more adventure. Everybody's back yet, but we're going to start with Artemisia and with Stong first, and we'll pull in the others when they show up. So, Artemisia, you have cleaned up the master suite. You have taken the ring. There's the book, but the book is really heavy, so you don't necessarily want to carry the book around with you.
Well, yes, she does.
All right, so you have the book clasped to your chest, and Stong brings in Myrin, since Stong was carrying Myrin.
Oh, he's gonna shout from outside the door first, like, "Is it safe to come in?"
Yes. Why wouldn't it be safe?
I thought you wanted cleaning
Hi,
time.
Franny. So pretty.
Oh, hello, cat.
Sorry. Failed my saving throw against ignoring cats.
Nobody
We
succeeds.
lost our party dog. Should we just get another party cat? We'll have
there-
Cyril and Frank.
There is, in fact, a cat in Myrin's room.
Sorry, Franny got into the room. I had to like catch her.
Cat tax.
Yeah, Artemisia, you realized once you had put the book back down
Mhm.
temporarily and then picked it up again, Cyril is lying there on the bed, just like in that way cats do, you know,
Well,
looking at you very expectantly.
Artemisia, like, she always tries too hard and she ain't gonna stop now. So she's gonna go and be like, you are a very handsome cat and I will pet you. And then she's gonna like pet him very carefully, like she doesn't know how. She never had pets as a kid, you can really tell.
And Artemisia can't understand what Cyril is saying when he goes meow, meow, meow. But for the audience, what Cyril is saying is, "Baby, I know it."
Oh wow, Cyril, so fresh. Damn.
Oh my god.
Stong, do you need me to open the door for you, or do you got it?
Oh, you could open the door for me. That would be
Okay.
very nice.
So
Thank you.
she'll leave Cyril and she'll go open the door.
Okay.
Gesture him inside.
All right. Yep. Stong brings Myrin in. Myrin's still unconscious. She seems to be sleeping quite peacefully.
That's good.
And you put her in the bed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Put her gently down on the bed.
All right. Cyril looks very put out to have to move. And he's like, stretches.
Sorry.
And he pads around the room.
Stong tosses Cyril some bacon.
Cyril is pleased.
Excellent.
He hops back up on the bed, walks around Myrin, sniffs at her. The two of you keep talking, doing anything. You just watching the cat.
Well, so Artemisia is going to be like fussing, like, you know, plump the pillow and make sure that Myrin's like laying really comfortably, and like if there's like any dirt on her clothes, she's going to like brush it off. And basically she's clearly like sort of feeling out of control, but like there's nothing to like control in this situation. So she's just going to like plump pillows.
Okay.
So Stong is going to say to Artemisia, do you know if this is a magical cause, or do you think that this is something, you know, more physical?
Well, once I rest, I can cast dispel magic on it. I mean, I would assume it's magical. Seems like something physical would have, you know, worn off when she was being carried around the city.
You look back over at Myrin, and Cyril is now sleeping like on her neck.
Yeah. I put Mirabelle on the other side of her neck, and then I put a piece of bacon between Mirabelle and Cyril. And
Fight over the bacon.
It's like an old orcish remedy.
I mean, you know, I was kind of thinking like a Lady and the Tramp situation, but we'll see what happens.
Oh.
We'll see what happens.
Cyril looks at Myrin,
See what happens.
at Mirabelle, and Mirabelle looks at Cyril, and Cyril bristles, and Mirabelle kind of like, kitty. And Cyril's like, nope. And then he just bounces off the bed.
Okay, so Stong flings a piece of bacon
And
at
then runs out of the room.
Oh, okay. So Stong would like to make a medicine check to see if he can determine if there's anything like physically wrong with Myrin.
Make a check.
That's a 10.
She seems to be asleep. Not ill, not wounded in any way, just asleep.
Okay. Artemisia, she just seems to be in a really deep slumber. She didn't wake up even when I lifted her a bunch of times outside, so it must be
Yeah,
a
that's-
really deep sleep.
Well, it suggests it's magical, I would think. I don't know if my dispel magic is powerful enough to actually dispel it, but I can try. Or Rogar's restoration. But I think we all need rest. I need to rest. Oh, I can't. Shoot. What am I going to do? Right. But breakfast, maybe first.
All right. I guess I have one spell slot left because we seem to gain some power from that last adventure. So Stong is going to cast Cure Wounds on Myrin at like level 6 just to see if like changes her color or anything.
How much does that heal?
35.
Ooh.
Okay. So healing energy flows into Myrin. Her tattoos kind of light up briefly with blue energy. And she kind of rises off the bed a little bit, like arching. And then she relaxes back.
It seems like she could use some more healing, so maybe grabbing Rogar is a good idea.
Her tattoos are still bright blue, like the glow is still there.
Oh, right. She had something about her tattoos where she like absorbs magic. And can I make like an intelligence check to see if I can recall the lore around her?
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 21.
Okay. As you recall, from what you've seen and what she's said about her own powers, she does absorb magic, and it's like she's some kind of magical battery in a sense.
Oh.
Like she can absorb magic by touching people and steal their magical powers and their spells and use them herself. Sometimes when people cast magic at her, she can redirect it like a spell turning effect. And it seems that she can just absorb magical energy when people cast spells on her.
So Stong will repeat
It is indeed her spell scar. The chat is discussing it a little bit, which is brought about by the spell plague 100 years ago. Some people still have spell scars these days, but it's relatively rare. Most spell scars have either disappeared or the people who bore them have perished, but a few survivors of the spell scarred age still remain, including Myrin.
So were you telling Artemisia?
Mm-hmm.
Or?
Yeah, Stong tells Artemisia all that.
So what Artemisia is going to do is she's going to take Myrin's hand and then like sort of place it over her own hand to try to like see if Myrin will draw anything from her.
You feel this little tingling energy between you, like a little bit like static electricity. And it's comforting because electricity is comforting to you. And you're just kind of like touching her hand, and nothing seems to be happening until you start to pull away, and then her hand closes around your hand.
Okay.
Whoa.
Very, very hard.
Oh my.
And she arches up again, and you feel like this barrage of images and thoughts fills your mind and your heart. It's like you're feeling different situations and different sensations that don't make any sense with where you are right now. Pain, fear, intense ardor, power, and the drive to acquire more power. And it's just kind of strange. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh no.
20.
Nice.
Okay, you are able to hold the images at bay and maintain your grip on sanity. And
That's good.
You pull your hand free of her hand, and now that you now that you're kind of like free of that particular moment, you see that she has risen off the bed and they're like blue and silver lightning arcing around her.
Oh no, what'd you do?
Whoa.
But now that you're no longer touching her, the energy dissipates and she settles back onto the bed. You feel drained.
I thought I could give her my magic stong, but she's, and actually I think that Artemisia is actually going to start to like tear up. She's so she's feeling scared and just everything, good things too, but just too much. And I can't, I don't know what to do.
What is your highest level spell slot?
Presumably the 6th level.
Okay, your 6th level spell slot is expended.
Myrin. Okay.
She ate your new spell.
So Stong wants to look at Myrin again. Is like, does she look better than before? Is she breathing easier? Is like the coloration of her face healthier or something?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
That seems to be what you're asking.
So, I
5.
apologize. I was chasing the cat.
5.
Is Rogar not here?
Seems the same. Rogar, you're not in this room
Okay.
specifically.
I mean, we can go get him soon, presumably.
No, it's fine. I was just double checking.
Right.
Should probably
Or the
get
Myrin
You can
everybody.
pipe in from the peanut gallery with the rest of us.
Yeah.
It will only be
Oh.
the little errant thoughts in their heads this day.
All right. So the two of you are in there with the mystery of Myrin, which we'll leave for a moment. Back in the kitchen. So Sebastian and Cecilia are sharing this cask of wine from Rashomon. Yes?
I guess so.
Okay.
I thought Artemisia came in and was like, she wants to drink too, but then she wasn't there.
She hasn't quite yet.
Because
Yeah,
I wasn't going to
getting
open it until she was also in on this.
Oh,
'cause
I see.
Sorry.
All right.
we
So
got a little temporarily dislocated.
so you're both looking at the cask of wine. Like,
Guess so.
I don't know, could the two of us drink that? And then Artemisia walks in. And she looks, well, how do you look, Artemisia?
Like she could use a drink.
Yes. So she's not actively crying, but her eyelashes are all stuck together.
She's not actively crying. She's just Regency romance crying.
She's anime eye wiggling.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And then you both have the sweat drop show up. Okay. Yeah.
So she's gonna like look at the food first. And
There's a lot of it. Like all of it.
There's
okay.
less bacon.
Yeah, well, Sebastian and Cecilia have eaten some of the bacon and some of the potatoes.
Mirabelle ate some too, but
That's true.
Mirabelle ate a
okay,
lot.
fair.
So she's gonna get a plate and she's gonna like pile it higher than you've ever seen like Artemisia usually like
Right.
get that much food.
1, good. 2, I would be like, you look like you need a drink.
Yes, that too. I have to plan this. Cecilia, can you help me? Myrin, she took some of my magic and it didn't help, but maybe more would help. But I need to rest. I don't have like any spells left. But I can't.
The cask while she's talking.
I can't sleep without turning into a wolf. So I'm gonna eat a lot. So maybe the wolf won't want to hunt and lock myself in or something. But if you see me, like make sure I don't get out, okay?
Sebastian hands Cecilia like a little stiletto that will help with opening the cask. Like you're both watching, they're both watching her. Like, yeah.
So
It pops open.
so I won't mess anything up this time, because I need to. And the book I left I was gonna, but
Okay.
I studied the book
Slow
later.
down.
So.
Slow down.
like one thing at a time. Food first, and
Okay.
this, and I'm just gonna fill a cup or bowl just a little bit higher than maybe is normal. She
Okay,
seems like
Oliver
she's
has
about
brought
to
over 3
explode.
cups for you,
All right,
like
cool.
on a tray.
I feel like pause for a moment to say like or just like maybe it's just a look that's like, don't make this weird at Sebastian, or some kind of Rashemi roundabout way of saying like, I don't know. I roll in those letters. I wrote weird like metaphorical references, so let's pretend it's one of those.
Yeah.
Like, don't be the cuckoo in the potting shed, and it means something.
He is going to make an insight check. Oh, wow. He rolled a natural 20. He's way on the same page.
All right. So give it to Artemisia.
Okay.
Be like, maybe don't drink it super fast.
Okay. Well, she's gonna take like
You might have already done it.
only like half of it. Only half.
Only half.
Oh, well,
Uh-huh.
okay, put it down and then start eating.
Okay.
I'm getting my own glass. Like,
Sebastian is filling up the other 2 glasses. Oh,
okay, just take it. You're already doing it, man. But I just go sit with Artemisia and be like, okay, so you're turning into a wolf when you fall asleep. Can you just not do that?
That I tried. I thought that because I wasn't going to be a wolf because I screw things up every time that I just let go and then things go wrong. So that's not the thing to do. And so I thought, but that wasn't working. So then I had this dream that maybe it would be better if I just, let the wolf happen. And I did. And you came and got me. I messed up the silks at dawn and I don't know how I'm going to pay for those damages because my salary there is already going to end the Briar House. So
a random wolf did it. I'm not sure why you have to pay for it because I don't think anybody knows that was you.
But every time
I'm not going to tell anyone. Sebastian says.
Ignore him.
Just drink some of the wine. He looks like a little like haunted, like shell shocked.
He probably needs more bacon.
He does. He probably doesn't even know like what they're talking about with like turning into wolves. So actually, Artemisia is gonna like look at him.
That's a wonderful
like,
question.
when
How
she
much
says,
has Lazar
like-
told him?
turn into a wolf. She like looks at him, and
You can turn into a wolf?
unfortunately,
Unfortunately. That sounds amazing.
but then it screws things up, and I don't know.
So it's not voluntary.
Well, I could do it now. I mean, I'd worry I can't come back because I could do it now and then
Turn into
Wait
a
a
wolf
second.
right now.
Wait a second. If you do it
He
now,
goes and fills up
you
his
can't
his
do it again later.
glass.
Because when I did it, I couldn't. I turned back and then I couldn't change back again. So maybe you can only do it once. So if you just do it before bed, maybe it's fine. Or maybe you just need to be less wound up during the waking up half elf time.
Can you turn into a wolf? Can you turn into a wolf too, Ilya?
And do all kinds of things you don't know about.
I'm sure that's true. Drinks more of the wine.
Is that flirting?
You have to come in here and roll insight. That's the only way to figure that out.
well, Artemisia is gonna like toss back the rest of the jeweled then if we're gonna go with the wolf thing. But will you make sure that I don't like because you can talk to me, so like
Yeah.
make sure I don't like run off, okay?
Okay.
Promise?
What if running off sounds like fun? Too late, you already drank it. I'm gonna chop you off. You have to finish it.
More.
I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
please.
19.
11.
Cecilia's
Full of
good.
adrenaline.
Artemisia is not. Artemisia, you are tipsy.
Well, she will have eaten at least some of the stuff, but then she's gonna do the thing where like she has her glass and she wants to gesture, so she like gestures with the glass, and she's not gonna let it spill, but it is very worrying, possibly for Sebastian to watch.
This.
Yes, that.
Seriously.
But I want to run, and I'm really horny, and it's all.
Sebastian like spits out some of his wine. He's like, he goes and gets.
You're gonna kill him.
More.
That's not just like not a thing you just say. I am definitely going to top off because this is not working right. Like I had to chop my own dad's head off, so I deserve more wine than this.
All right, you and Sebastian are both getting wine at the same time, and he's like, "Oh, yes." He lets you go first.
Like almost want to just say like, "Why don't you just go home? You'll be fine." Except he got his mind wiped, and that seems mean, and I don't want to be mean right now. Definitely feel mean right now. Just be like, Artemisia, why don't you just do it now? Just go run now.
But what if I don't come back?
Is that a thing you're actually worried about? Eventually you have to wait. Do we have to eventually stop being wolves? Does it just turn off?
I don't know.
Nobody explains anything about this, and that really makes me angry.
Where's Sarshan? We can ask Sarshan.
He went to go hunt something.
Oh,
He said he
okay.
couldn't eat the bacon because it was too dead.
Well, and Ruin will be with Rogar. I'm.
Is this a curse that you labor under? Sebastian asks.
No, it's
No.
in our family.
It's a blood power
Yeah,
that you've inherited.
yeah, from our mother.
Oh, I'm sure that it wouldn't. The transformation wouldn't last forever.
Well, you can't do it now because you have to finish your drink
Well,
and
that's
your
true.
breakfast.
I'm just tired of wanting things, and they're just gonna screw stuff up. I don't know what to do.
You're gonna screw stuff up? Oh my god. That's quite funny.
That is a bit funny, Sebastian says.
No, don't chime in with that.
I'm just agreeing with you.
But I've totally screwed all kinds of things up. I didn't know about Lilton, and I was mean to Myrin, and then I tried to like steal her house, and
Yet. Sebastian says, did you spend years of your life enslaved to an enchanter who destroyed your only friend?
Okay, rude, first of all.
I know it was rude.
She definitely thinks he's talking about her.
but that enslaved, that's not your fault.
Was it? I could have stood up to Lazar, and I did not.
This is just like, okay, like.
Sebastian is also drunk, for the record. Like, he's been drinking wine just like you two have. And he is not a big, muscular guy. He says, I have made many mistakes in my life.
We're talking about Artemisia's mistake.
I have broken many more things than you have. And you see me crying about it? No. Well, a little bit, but no. I am still here. You are still here. You have sister. She is wonderful.
That's
I assume.
quite a thing to say.
So
I have seen your power, Ilya. You are very powerful, very strong of will. You defeated Lazar with your will.
you two, what now? What's
He looks. Yes, I should return.
Sorry, I'm having a weird computer problem. Is it possible to bounce to someone else while I try and figure out what is happening?
Sure, that's fine.
Is
You're
your
Artemisia's like,
distracting me just a
Artemisia's
little
like,
bit.
what have you two? And then they look at each other and they're just like,
Cecila's
I can't
like,
set him on
error,
fire
error,
in this
does not
room.
compute.
And the sound that's happening in my headphones right
Oh.
now is about probably what's happening in Cecilia's brain.
no worries.
Just to like paint a picture for
We'll
you.
go to Sturge real
Let me
fast.
figure out
So,
what the heck.
Steven, I suggested that you should make an investigation check. Did you make that check?
I'm going to use a divination point for rolling a 19, which gives him a 25.
Wow. So
Nice.
you saw your investigation attempts in a vision.
Yes,
Nice.
yes,
It was a very long and involved vision.
and
Like-
tedious.
Little flashes of connectivity. You know, like when they'll do like a montage in a TV show of somebody like finding things and making connections. That's what your vision was. And
Like
now that you have those things pasted up on the walls, you can see the connections.
Awesome.
It's like your life is perpetually deja vu, right?
Yeah, it's hard to keep it all straight. So he's going to prioritize, make a little list of places to check out just to make sure that they're still being used in the way that his research, which is kind of like a fly trapped in amber from a couple months ago, still the same way that his research suggests it is, which is to say that they're still being used by the Night Mask. And so we'll have to do a little, spying and so forth. And
So here's what you determined. You found enough information that you think points to 6 businesses that have deals with the Night Masks. Protection deals, hiding members of the Masks deals, you're not really sure. But they're somehow involved with the Night Mask. You also found 2 what you think are Night Mask safe houses.
yeah, those are what he wants to hit first.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to do a little research in the coming days to make sure it's still being used that way.
Okay, you get the sense that most of their operations are underground, but sometimes agents need somewhere to hide quickly without dropping down into the sewers. So,
A really fun thing to do would be to take out the people in a safe house and then hang out for other people to show up. Take them out as they arrive. But he just realized he borrowed all this stuff from Myrin. He'd like to return it to her secret cubby hole before she wakes up. So Sturge is going to go downstairs.
doesn't
and-
Rogar still have that rod?
Yeah, so he's got to find Rogar and get the rod from him. He doesn't want to wake him up if he's in a deep sleep, but Sturge is pretty sneaky. Was there a ring too?
Cecilia wearing the ring?
Celia is still wearing the ring.
I forgot about the ring, so I'm not going to go get
So
that.
you really only have the dagger blade.
Right, but I'm gonna go sneak into Rogar's room and get the rod back and put them both back in the cubby hole.
Okay, Rogar, you
Aye.
are in prayer, like
Aye.
just kind of communing with Sharinlar,
Aye.
your typical devotions and just kind of meditating. What I'm going to need you and Sturge to do is an opposed stealth and perception check, please.
This will be
Oh.
Also, Sturge, you're going to have to beat Ruan's perception check.
ooh, we got 27.
I hate
All
to
right.
be a pill, but
Whoa.
I think I might
Oh,
have
wait.
to restart.
Yeah, so it's 27.
Is that
Oh, okay.
gonna be I don't
Let's go for
know.
it.
My computer seems to think I'm hitting a key constantly, and so in my ear it's like it's
That's
gonna make me
weird.
absolutely
Okay.
wanna murder
You are
something.
really good at that sound. But yeah, go for it.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay. My apologies, chat.
Is that like a
Oh.
like a trill? Like when you with a musical
Works.
instrument, you can trill and make anyway, it's fine.
Aaron's
All right,
hidden
yeah. If you
talents.
want to reset, yeah, Yang Yang can take care of it, I'm sure. So technical difficulties for a second, but we'll be back.
We're good.
Let's go on with the game. So, Sturge, you sneak past Ruan, who is lurking outside Rogar's room, like listening at the door. And he's obviously paying too much attention to Rogar's chanting. Rogar left the door open, so like the chanting is pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And Ruin is out there, and he's listening, and he's going.
Okay.
Sturge is standing there like.
So Sturge will do a little distraction sound with his mage hand a little farther down the hall, and then he'll slip in behind him.
Okay. Yep. You make a little distraction. Ruin goes, huh? And then he looks the other way while you stealth in. So make another stealth check, please.
Another one?
Oh yes.
Well, I've got advantage because I've got the booties on, and for that matter, I have the elven cloak on.
Should I tell you what you're trying to beat?
You're like a shadow.
Yeah, tell me.
23.
Ooh.
I mean, wait. Can't you tell him, Sturge, what, can't you use another portent on him if you have one?
I could. I have one more portent, but is this really? I mean, I could just say, sorry to bother you, but I need to return that rod.
I'm so curious.
So he'll just sneak in, and if Rogar sees him, he'll just say, hey, I need to get that rod back. Didn't want to bug you.
All right, what's your result?
All right.
Okay, I'm going to roll it.
Hail Sharin La,
30.
goddess of life.
30.
30.
Damn.
Wow.
Lord.
Wow.
Got a
All right.
19 after all. Yeah.
Sturge, you sneak in. Rogar is offering devotions to Sharinlar. The rod and several other pieces of his equipment are sitting on the bed or the trunk, whatever.
Anything that Ruan would like if I were to also pick up
You
something
mean other than Rogar?
like some personal item that would give Ruan an opportunity to have an excuse to go in there.
Oh.
Like something that's obviously his that maybe he accidentally dropped in the hallway and Ruan could return to him. Like a holy symbol.
Like a holy symbol.
Yeah. Or
Randy, why don't you remind us what Sharinlar's holy symbol looks like?
It is a burning needle, kind of like a sewing needle or a needle with flames.
And it's like a medallion that you have?
It's on my shield. It's on my tabard usually.
You're I remember your shield was damaged significantly by all that acid.
Yes.
So
I might have tried to save the.
Yeah, maybe you broke off the acid burned parts and maintained just the holy symbol. So there's like a piece of a shield with that symbol on it.
okay. So I'll grab the rod and the piece of the shield, and I'll slip out, make that sound again in the same area to get Ruan to look the other way, and then I'll just. I mean, I could just slip it in his pocket, but he might not notice it. I'll just put it on the floor there.
Yeah, he is back outside the door, and he's like,
So I'll just place it right in the gap of the door, so he'll notice it, and then make a sound the other end of the room or hallway, and
it's like Aaron's back.
Sort of.
Sort of?
My computer is, my keyboard seems to have absolutely borked itself. So I have an iPad and I'm just trying to figure out how to set it up so that it's
all right, no worries.
gonna sit still. I'll just drop down here. That's okay, right? My light's all weird.
Cecilia is a little bit drunk, or maybe seems a little bit drunk. Who
Well,
knows?
this is like the Blair Witch, movie version.
I know, right? Oh, this is so annoying. I can't figure out how to make this work. Yeah, it won't even let me type my password in anymore.
Oh, no.
That's bizarre.
No.
I'm so sorry, Aaron.
Everybody, cross your fingers that my work laptop is not completely busted. Where even is the camera on this thing? It's down here.
Yep.
I'm so tired. I had too much day for this.
Okay. I'm just gonna drink more of my actual real world wine.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Randy wants to be like, Sturge. If you wanted to slip into my bedroom and grab my rod, you didn't have to go through that much effort.
No.
But Rogar wouldn't actually say
Did
that.
you miss Aaron?
All right, Sturge.
So much stuff.
If you would like to slip the holy symbol into Ruan's pocket, you can with a sleight of hand check.
Do I think that he will notice if it's in his pocket?
Maybe. I don't know. He seems pretty
I think
distracted.
if I just leave it.
Like he
on-
rolled really low on his perception check.
Okay. Well, I think I'm just going to leave it on the floor right where next to his foot. So he's probably going to step on it and,
Okay.
and go. And then go down to Myrin's and return the things.
Right.
And he's totally forgot about the ring. So I don't even remember the ring. So Cecilia will just have to keep that.
You remember there were things, but you only remembered 2 of the things?
I do. I know there was a gem, a sapphire in that little cubby, but I didn't take that.
There was a gem, yes. The gem wasn't magical, though.
What's the ring? I don't. Oh, the ram ring.
Yeah, the ram.
Mm-hmm.
The ram ring. Okay, maybe I better go get that from her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll head to where the noise is, where the drinking sounds are, and see if I can get that from Cecilia. And if not, I'll just.
You're gonna have to drink too.
Okay, Rogar, you hear a from out in the corridor.
Okay.
And that kind of disrupts your prayers.
Okay. Is everything okay out there?
You see Ruin kind of like sheepishly appear in front of the door, and he's holding your holy symbol, and he's like, "Oh, I just found this. I thought it was strange that you might have dropped it.
Ruin.
Can I come in?"
Of course.
All right.
Please come in.
Urge the matchmaker. That's what I'm talking about.
He heads into your room.
The
It
imp
looks
was
a little
well.
awkward.
How are you doing, Ruin?
A lot better than your shield, huh?
I have to get a new one of those. How are things with you and Cecilia?
Oh, terrible like usual. Like
Sorry,
I think I'm building some bridges. Like we had a conversation after I mentally abducted her for her own good. She might not have appreciated that. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
You seem very
But at least she's not
one
insane.
step back with her.
Yes. At least she's not mad or dead. So,
or at least she's not dead.
right.
So in my bedroom, right?
He puts the symbol down on your trunk and he's looking around. So how are you?
I've been. How am I? I've been processing a lot. Randy's like, how is he? Well, let's see. Had the whole miracle Charlotte thing, and that was pretty amazing. I got something. I got something, and I was kind of waiting to look at it, and now I think I know why. I think I waited until I could share it with you and share it with someone.
Okay.
I'll go and I'll grab a copy of Happy Earthquakes and wrap it. This is one of the holy texts of my order, and it was one of my favorite things back in the temple. Ours was much larger and very gilt with all this gold and beautiful illustrations, and he would use it to teach and instruct the younger dwarves on the ways of love and love making. So anyway.
Oh.
And I'll sit on my bed, and I'll awkwardly pat the spot next to me, and
Yeah, he sits down next to you.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Like, are you opening the book to read together?
yeah, I'll open the book to read together.
Oh. He looks intrigued. It's like, yes, that's an excellent technique. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, did we lose Aaron still? Okay.
No,
I was going to say maybe we want to cut away from him.
You can. I'm back.
Yeah.
I need to pull up my D&D Beyond again.
Yay.
Because I need a minute to like figure this out. But
So he's like,
I wanted it to be special. I wanted to like think about
he's
it.
leaning
Anyway.
a little closer to Rogar. And
Okay.
and he leans in and he's like, you smell really nice.
Well, think it's dire wolf.
Nice.
I got you a little
It's
something
what?
too. Dire wolf. I thought you might like.
No,
it.
I know what a direwolf smells like, Rogar.
I got you a little something too, and I hand him the musky. What was it? Musky stone.
Musky stone.
Oh. Oh.
It reminds me a bit of home.
This reminds me a bit of you.
Oh, good. That was my hope.
I've never worn perfume before. How am I supposed to wear this?
You know, I don't really know. I just like I saw Artemisia like putting it here and then putting some here, and then
Spray some in your face.
I okay.
And then he smiles because that was really funny. You also have a perfume.
and then I kind of freeze because there's like I'm looking at the book and there's like this whole illustration that I have never seen before in my copy of Happy Earthquakes.
Rowan leans in close to your face and looks down at it. Oh yeah, that's very effective.
Hi. And yeah, so it's a
Does the town crier need to come and like draw a curtain across the
Town
camera?
crier's like, I need to call my cousin. It's a dark and stormy night. Lightning flashes.
I
A
feel
man
like-
is perched on the edge of a building, his cape billowing around him. Fade to black has arrived.
Yeah,
There
nice.
we go.
I mean, I
And he
feel like
swoops down.
you need the opposite crier, like the Barry White crier, you know, who just like sings sexy songs in the background to set the mood.
Everybody knows what's going on.
Yep.
Okay. So Rogar and Ruan are having an intimate moment in Rogar's room, and it's very cute. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Sturge,
Yes.
you are thinking that maybe you need to reacquire that ring of the ram, and so you head back to the kitchen, and what do they find? Is there laughter? Is there shouting?
Oh, they passed out.
Are people passed out?
I don't think people are passed out. I
mean-
haven't failed a con check yet.
That's right.
Technically,
Speaking of which, I
it's
need
getting
everyone to
punchy.
make a Constitution saving throw again.
Okay. 17.
11.
Okay. So now you're all about the same level of tipsiness.
Well, unless somebody stops her, Artemisia is going to try this like pre-bedtime wolfing out thing. So there's going to be a wolf unless somebody
Okay.
is like, no.
There's
I
a
don't know
wolf.
why we'd stop you.
Okay.
Part of me is like, no, stop, because like I don't know that Cecilia's at a point where she wants to wolf out with you, and that would be fun. I don't know what Cecilia exactly makes of this, because Sebastian is acting like, no, everything's cool and normal. It's not cool and normal. It's really not cool and normal.
He's not acting like it's cool and normal. He's acting like things suck, but it's okay.
I think that's close. That's not how Cecilia's feeling.
That's fine.
But I think she's also had like several extremely big like bombs dropped on her head. And she's like in her own head working up to like crazy levels of anxiety that she doesn't want to say anything in front of Sebastian because that is not like safe zone. And so like I'm not sure like where her tipping point is.
Well, Artemisia is going to talk to her as a wolf. So
Yeah, I think
and Sebastian
that's
can't understand that.
A good point.
So Artemisia, like now that she's a wolf, like much less tightly wound. Like she seems even more like, and she's not even acting like drunk wolf Artemisia. She's just acting like wolf Artemisia, but wolf Artemisia is chill. So she's gonna see if she can find like a bone. But then she's gonna go over and like lean against Cecilia's legs and be like, "Are you okay?"
No, I am definitely not okay.
So I do want to say that when Artemisia, you did turn into a wolf, yes?
Yes.
Okay, when you turned into a wolf, Sebastian was like, "Hey, she really can turn into a wolf. It is amazing." And then he drinks more wine.
Be like, no, it's the worst, like the worst day. Just, I mean, I don't know. I've had a lot of really bad days.
And-
Whatever mistakes you think you made, I'm saying all this in wolf, so it's like I don't even know. Like, what does it sound like if you're drunk and you're talking like a wolf?
This is two wolves now.
I'm not a wolf. I'm just
But
talking wolf
you're
back
not.
there.
So just like Artemisia, and you can tell because it's colored like her, like leaning against Cecilia, and she has a bone, but she's not like chewing on it currently.
Like, you think you make a lot of mistakes? Like there's a lot of mistakes in the world, and I don't know that you've made as many mistakes as me, and I don't even know if that's a contest I want to get into right now. But I don't know that there's enough jeweled in that cask to just drown out what happened to me in this particular evening. Like I went into another world and I chopped my dad's head off with an axe.
Oh,
Yeah. And then mom
he
was
deserved
there.
it.
Oh, I don't disagree with that at all. But I gotta tell you, like, it's a weird feeling. Because if it doesn't feel like it's real, like, and then mom was there, and then she had my face. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Mom looks like you?
Well, I don't think it was real. That's the thing. And so I think maybe I didn't really chop his head off. I don't know.
No.
And,
Well, that's okay then. If
Well-
it's not real.
well, that's the thing, right? You don't want that hanging over your head. You don't want to sit there going, "Did I actually cut someone's head off that I am terrified of?"
Well,
And
we
then
have to
this
find him.
guy, whoa, Sturge.
Whoa. Sebastian also looks surprised.
Everyone calm down. I merely wished to congratulate the fratricidal queen of axe swinging, and he's going to take her hand.
Patricidal, because I haven't chopped Ruan's head off yet.
Oh, did I say I meant patricidal.
Although
Let's
I'm
take her
Sebastian-
hand,
I'm not
Sebastian
gonna
looks
lie.
confused.
take her
But
hand
doesn't say anything.
in my hands, and tell her how proud I was to be in that moment with her. And I really mean this. But he's also slipping that ring off her finger as he does it.
Can I tell if he's doing that?
All right, so I'm going to need him to make a sleight of hand check and you to
Oh.
make a perception check.
Never gonna
with
need a sleight of hand.
disadvantage.
Thank you.
You are slightly
That's what I was
drunk.
Going for.
Oh, I never even got to use it. I got a 6.
Oh, well, he might.
will-
Really, that
Oh,
disadvantage was very disadvantaging.
I got a 28. so-
Oh, darn.
Whoa.
All right. So you
Your
pull that
Roland's on
ring off,
point
but
tonight.
as you do, she's gonna grab your wrist, like maybe she caught you. She's gonna like, you can't leave until you have some jeweled because you
Jeweled,
have to finish it.
Sebastian says.
I had jeweled too. You
When
can't
you
understand
finish it,
Artemisia.
it's bad luck, and you
How
don't
much-
want bad luck.
Artemisia barks at you.
How much
The
is left?
Artemisia's-
She's a
That's like
drunk
two.
wolf, so
How much is left?
a lot.
A lot.
They got through maybe
It's the
half
tax.
the cast.
It's the kitchen tax.
Well, he's
Oliver nods sagely over by the side.
See, he knows what's up.
Sturge is going to jump up on the table, pick up the, what is it, a cask,
Yep.
Small calf.
heft it up on his face, and do a really good acting impersonation of someone drinking a cask of Jeweled. And then he's going to put it down, wipe his lips, and bound away to Myrin's room.
Can we see if we can tell if he drank?
Yeah, performance check.
Make a performance check.
Do we have something to counter that with, like an insight check?
19.
Man, this is our version
you
of
can make an
PvP.
insight check.
Come on, insight check. Oh, 15. Oh, you're gonna get away with it.
Hey,
Sturge,
Get away
Sturge,
with it.
Sebastian
Sturge,
says.
Sturge.
Like, that's why I like you, Sturge.
Don't go changing. He's going to bound away and get into Myrin's room when
See,
he
I'm
can.
gonna look over at Sebastian and be like, see, what's great about Sturge is he has your back. He has your back when it's important.
And
He
you're right.
follows through.
I see
Later, I'm
that.
gonna find out you stole that ring, and I'm gonna come. Oh, wait a second! No, you come back here!
Yeah.
I'm yelling you about something. She's gonna go after him. Can she catch him?
No.
Okay. Sebastian just leans
I
against the wall and
completely
he's
forgot.
like, ah, yes.
Cecilia needs to address something with you, Sturge.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Artemisia is gonna like come along like slightly
And she
behind.
grab him as he's going out the door.
You
Oh.
reach for him, but he kind of
My-
slips past you, and then you can run out after him.
If she wants to talk, I'll talk. But if she just
Okay.
wants to make me drink, I'll scamper
No.
away.
No, she thinks you drank. As far as
No.
she knows, you definitely like you did your part
My queen.
to appease the spirits and such. What did you say to Sarshan?
Sarshan?
He said he talked to you, and he's decided that was a smart thing to do right there. So what did you say to him?
When did he talk to me?
I don't know. Apparently,
honestly-
he had a conversation with you about love. Sturge, what did you say to him?
Probably that it's a fallacy, an illusion, a hormonal. I honestly don't know.
What did you say that he thought that was a good idea? What happened?
Stong, you happen to be heading down the hallway and come across the scene of them talking, so you do hear them talking
Oh,
about this.
okay. I wanted to try something else in the meantime,
right.
actually.
Well, let them
Yeah.
continue on.
Yep.
I'll just say you can intercede if you like.
I want to see
Dong?
this.
Stong, do you remember me saying anything about love at any time?
Stong's not there. Stong's not there.
All right.
Carry on. Carry
Oh.
on.
Stong is hiding
Stop,
behind a
like, here's
pillar.
this conversation. Steps back.
I'm just a fly.
No.
Cecilia, if I remembered, I would tell you, but I cannot recall.
How do you not remember something like that? That's a very strange conversation for you to be having.
Why is it?
I mean, I think so. I
What
didn't
would
even
be-
know what this was, and then it's been 3 days, and then all of a sudden this is happening, and
Well, I
wouldn't have come to you for that conversation, but he decided that was a good idea, so you did something because you thought it was funny.
I said what?
I think you did something because you thought it would be funny.
Well, that would be funny, but I will ask him, and then I will tell you what I told him. It was clearly it was more meaningful to him than to me. I'm not intoxicated with the humors of the groin as he is.
Oh
And
my
so-
God, don't say those words ever again at all.
I'm
You're
certain
weird, Sturge.
whatever I said must have been burned into the tissues of his
Stop!
atrophy.
Oh
I-
my God.
Thank you for speaking with me. It's been a pleasure. I must go. Important thing I have. And then he's going to do that thing that you do to the queen where you back away bowing.
Very obsequiously.
Yes, until he gets around the corner. And then he's going to disappear.
Does your mage hand also make the obsequious gestures?
Yeah.
Maybe with a glove, so it looks like a hollow glove. All right,
Yeah,
inside
yeah,
joke.
yeah.
Okay.
Who's gonna go back and be like, I think I was wrong about Sturge.
Where are you going
About
back?
something. Back in the kitchen.
Back in the kitchen.
Okay,
Okay.
Artemisia will come.
Oh,
All
did
right.
you come out?
Yeah,
I
she
thought I
came
just
out.
looked at Artemisia and I'm like,
She kinda
maybe I
followed
was wrong
you.
about Sturge.
Yeah, Artemisia was like, Sturge is weird, but
Which is
barking.
extremely weird.
All right, you're back in the kitchen. You see that there is now a third person in the kitchen, and that is
Wait.
Sarshan, who has showed up.
If Artemisia
Got a
has
real
come-
big fish.
if Artemisia
his
has
mouth.
come out, then Cecilia's gonna try and be like, why did he say that?
I don't know what he said.
He said, I love you.
Oh, but
He
that's,
can't say that. He doesn't even know me. Like, he just is going to find out I'm not a great person and not very lovable in general. And for some
No.
reason, this seemed like a smart thing to do.
you're very lovable. I love you.
That's not the same thing, but I appreciate it a lot. Would you give a wolf high five?
Wolf high five.
She's gonna do the like shake thing when the dog hasn't learned it yet.
Yeah.
If Cecilia's a little drunk, she's gonna strongly smother it.
Cecilia, I have a question. I don't know what to do.
What?
Well, I'm still horny, but I don't want to
Oh my
find a
God.
wolf.
Oh my God.
And Sarshan's yours.
Oh my God. I tell you my problems and it's like, oh, are we done now?
Wait, Sebastian, isn't he a druid? No,
No,
never mind.
that's wrong. That
'Cause
would
that'd
be
be
really
perfect.
wrong.
Yeah, she's not even considering that.
I don't, that's not a thing I know what to do with. Maybe you have to turn back into a person and do what you usually do.
Okay, but well, I want to stay with you because you're upset.
Well,
So,
I'm
I'll stay
definitely
here.
not solving that problem for you.
Well, I
so-
know that.
No.
So I guess you gotta weigh what the issues are. Just go back in the kitchen, I guess.
All right, you go back in the kitchen. You find that now there's a conversation going on between Sebastian and Ruin. That's a
Good.
big
What a
fish.
wonderful thing to walk into.
Or no, it's Sarshan, not Ruin. Sorry, Sarshan is there, and he has a big fish. And he's just like, hi.
Good job.
Ah, Cecilia, you have returned.
I'm back.
Please. He pushes out a stool for you to sit. And Sebastian looks at him and looks at Cecilia. He's just like, let this happen, however it's going to happen, and it will be entertaining. Sebastian was just telling me stories.
So you've picked up his accent.
I have. It is fascinating.
Stop doing that.
All right.
I totally believe that Sarshan legitimately did that because it's funny.
Sebastian says you're doing a terrible job with my accent.
What is he telling you about? Death Claire.
Ah, he was telling me about that one time that you, Sebastian says, whoa! He stands up.
No, let's
aiming
hear
at the
it.
wall.
Let's hear it. What did you
Maybe.
think was a good idea to share with everybody?
Sasha just pushes him back onto his stool. And Sasha says he was telling me about the time that you snuck out of Lazar's and made it half a mile through the forest before Lazar captured you again.
Yep.
And I think that if you had turned into a wolf, you could have made it at least 5 miles.
I made it 5 miles
She made it.
the fourth time.
Sebastian.
I
says,
probably would
"Well,
have made it a
fourth
little
time."
farther if I didn't have to go by myself, but that's how it went down.
Well, Sebastian stands up. Sarshan pushes him back in the stool again. What do you mean you had to go by yourself?
Well, you left that part out.
He didn't tell me all the stories.
Yeah.
Sebastian says, there are a lot of stories, and we're just getting to know each other, Sarshan. And Sarshan says, yeah, well, maybe you should tell me the important stories. And then they glare at each other in the way that two semi-drunk men can only two semi-drunk men can glare at each other.
Oh my god. There is nothing about this that Cecilia enjoys. So she's gonna get her refill. She might be getting punchy enough to just like, I don't know.
Punch
I don't know which
them?
one she wants to. Maybe.
Do we need to cut away during the standoff and then
All right.
back?
Give me time to process.
Back upstairs. Ruin and Rogar are going through this book. And how is Rogar reacting to it?
So Rogar turned into this one page, and it was the Congress of the Manticores, and
Goodness.
Ruin seems impressed.
but Rogar is like, I've never seen it before, and it's I'm not sure how to feel about it. It's the first page in an entire section on same-sex love and lovemaking, and you know, it says Sharindlar embraces it, and I start turning the page, and I get up and I start pacing, and I'm like,
What's wrong? Ruin asks.
I feel like I've been lied to my entire life. I mean, I knew that they made changes. My whole life, we were transported on Thieves' Night to this other place, and I had all of these memories taken away from me, and I was happy. I was happy, and afterwards I felt so guilty about that. Like, that's just been my entire fucking life. Like,
About being happy, Ruin asks.
about feeling about feeling like I was wrong, about feeling like I was corrupted somehow, or just wrong. They made me and when I went there and I felt good, I felt like I tried all my life. I was taught to push these things down, that they were wrong, and just to ignore them, and that to serve Sharindlar and to be good, I had to not feel those things, and I felt them anyway, and I felt wrong, and then Sharindlar, after all of that, she came to me when I called on her, and she saved me, and she loves me. I know she loves me, and
Ruin hugs Rogar. Like he stood up and walked closer to you while you were talking. And then he hugs you. Of course she does. Why wouldn't she? There's nothing about you that isn't lovable, Rogar. Even the extremely, extremely long beard, which is just very flattering.
Oh my god.
you know, okay. And I'll shove him on the bed, and I'll jump on top of him, and I kiss him passionately. And I'll say, oh, 1 second. And I run up, and I slam the door shut, and then I run back and jump on top of him. And then I'm kind of like, over, like flipping back to Congress of the Manticore. Hey,
Roomba inches
Don't hurt.
slightly toward the door.
hey.
Bump. Bump. Can't get out the door because the door's closed. Bump.
Okay.
Room.
And we'll just fade to black.
There we go. That's
Yeah.
when we needed fade to
There we
black.
go.
Yay!
All right.
Good job.
So back in the kitchen, Sarshan is looking down at Sebastian. He's like, is he really unconscious or is he just faking it?
But something happened in the gap here. What?
He seems to have been overwhelmed by something.
Well, for crying out loud, like that's just. You just.
I think he's
decide-
faking it.
Okay.
Slaps him. Sebastian wakes up. You're back in the scene.
What is happening?
Sebastian was trying to escape from the very embarrassing moment, the very shameful, difficult moment, by pretending to pass out from the alcohol. But now he's awake again. And you are back in the scene. Take it away, Aaron.
Okay. So all of this time when Sebastian talks about Cecilia, he uses the word friend, which is really grating on her a lot.
He does.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
It's like, I feel like you're going to tell these stories and you're going to leave out the parts that make them really interesting, Sebastian.
What do you mean?
Like,
You could tell us, Cecilia. Artemisia is
This is the
here and
problem
like
is
drunk
that,
wolf, so
like Cecilia, like she doesn't want to tell this story, but she feels like everybody is getting, or at least, the handful of people who have stayed in the kitchen, because apparently she's terrifying, she's been given this version of the story where like, oh, it's just this thing that happened. And she's like, for beginners, I think friend is a really cute word to use because that's not what you said to me. Like, this was supposed to count. You told me you loved me. And this was something that was going to be real. And it was a really big deal. Do you guys know? Do you want to know something really funny? Do you want a secret? A secret that I wasn't supposed to tell?
Sergeant says secrets are poison.
Secrets are poison.
You should tell it.
Do you know? Running Rock is only for wizards, only for male wizards, And so when someone hands Lazarodovskaya's daughter over, what you gonna do, right? You can't have a daughter. So you get Ilya, you get Lazarodovskaya's son, and you never ever get to tell, because otherwise he's gonna be in trouble, because the Witchler don't want to leave a girl behind. But if he lets go, guess what? Spear Witch comes back. Yep, you know it. Just pointed Sarshan. So you know
Yes.
what? I told him. I wasn't supposed to tell anybody, and I told him. Because he liked me, and I was like, oh no, this is going to come out one way or another. So I told him. I told you. You have my secret.
Yes.
And we were going to take care of each other. We were going to get out. And then it got tight. And then Lazar found out. And did we get out? Did we get out, Sebastian?
No, we didn't get out.
No. Because you told on me. You told them. So don't
Yes.
come in here acting like we're all good friends and we're all chummy and it's really cute how I ran away. When all of this is, because I don't even know why you were pretending that much, man. You could have just not said it. You couldn't follow through because I wasn't enough. Fine, then you shouldn't have started things. Okay? But don't come back here and rewrite history and make it sound like this was nothing. Like it didn't do anything, because you wrecked my life. I almost died. I almost got executed. Do you even care? You don't even care.
He's like shaking.
Yep. Well, she's gonna knock the cask over and be like, it's enough bad luck for tonight. And she's gonna leave.
As you're starting to walk out, he finally stands up and he knocks his stool over. He says, I care.
I don't want to hear it.
I know you don't want to hear it, but I will say it anyway. I am ashamed. I did wrong to you, and I have lived with that guilt for many years, and I still feel it now, and you should be angry at me because I deserve it. Lazar stripped all that from me. He left me only the guilt. He left me none of the actual feeling for you. And I pretended that we were friends because I was ashamed. And then he kicks the stool again, kind of impotently against the wall.
You know how to stop that from happening? You followed through.
And Artemisia is gonna like, if it looks like Sebastian is gonna follow, she's gonna try to like stand in the way and growl at him.
Oh no, he's just staring into the now fire that Oliver is stoked as time has passed into the beyond high sun. Sarshan is there, and he looks back to Sebastian. He looks to the door. He looks back to Sebastian. And then he heads off after Cecilia.
So Artemisia is gonna like be like, wait, and to tell Sarshan something.
Yes.
So he can understand her while she's a wolf and talking like that, right? Okay. So she's gonna like, I guess a wolf can't really like whisper.
You can growl friendly like. Yeah.
She's gonna be like, don't. I think because he said he loved her, and so don't, like, she knows that you love her, but don't say it right now. Okay? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, because she's remembering, and it's not a secret. You're not gonna like pretend that you don't, but you're just not gonna say it.
Oh my god, how is this going to
Yes.
fall out?
All right. He leaves the room and he follows Cecilia.
Sorry.
All right.
Says Rhiannon.
Oh no. I think it was a good effort. Just also note sections that always the best.
I think we're gonna close out on Sarshan and Cecilia, but does anyone else want to do something before we do that? Yes, Yang Yang. We have been skipping Stong for a long time. So what does Stong want to do?
You could have come out while Cecilia was yelling. You had the option.
Stog did come out a couple of times, but every time he heard the conversation, he was like, nope. Back into Myrin's room.
I'm gonna hide behind this pillar. This is only wide enough to accommodate half of me.
Yeah. Yeah, his little belly just sticks out, and then maybe like Mirabelle. But I think after
Mirabelle
the third
just waves to people as they walk by.
His dog is super stealthy. I think after the third time that Stong comes out, he wants to head back to Myrin's room, and when he's there, he looks at Myrin again, and he thinks about the events that just happened, and he's going to then look at Mirabelle, and he's going to ask her, Mirabelle, do you think you'd be okay letting Myrin have some of your magic? It seems like it does her some good.
Mm-mm.
You know, she was your tutor. You like her, right?
Oh yes.
Then why can't you give her some magic?
Not safe.
Not safe.
Nope. Dangerous.
Did she say it just like that?
She seems pleased with herself that she's saying such a large word.
Stong nods and he says, yeah, I mean, I've seen your work. You do control some pretty powerful magics for a baby. What do you think makes your magic dangerous for Myrin?
Dangerous. Boom. Boom.
Ooh. We wouldn't want to boo Myrin.
Boom.
Straight to the point.
Well, thank you for warning me about your own powers. I think
Wolf high five.
after I rest, I'll turn into a wolf and give you a proper wolf high five. So
Do you give her a little high five?
yeah, I give her a little high five.
She goes, "Awoo."
Oh my god, that's adorable.
Okay. I think oh man. I think so Stong knows Infernal and Abyssal from back in the day. And I think he's just gonna like casually drop an Infernal. Should we go find your Uncle Sturge?
Uncle Sturge.
Sturge might actually be walking in about then into Myrin's room.
So you hear Stong. I mean, does Sturge know Infernal?
No.
You just hear Stong talking in tongues to Mirabelle. Yeah.
Well, this is.
I think
interesting.
infernal sounds like you're swearing in Latin.
Slightly guttural Latin.
Yeah.
Sturge will simply, if the door's open, he'll enter and say, "Ah, Dong, I need to return some things to Myrin's cubby hole." And he's gonna sidle up to side.
Mirabelle said, "Uncle Sturge, a rude word."
Yeah.
I said, "Hole."
Hole.
Stong giggles along with Mirabelle.
I'm going to open up the little cubby, return the items to the spot.
It's a secret compartment that you hadn't realized was there, son.
Whoa.
Yeah, I told
Whoa.
I'm
Mirabelle
not telling you about
says.
this. Nah. Anyway, she's got
Man.
a secret
No.
bathroom right over here. You want to see that?
I think more urgently, Sturge. Do you have any spare magic that you think you could let Myrin have? It seems like she absorbs magic, and having some magic helps her out.
Okay. Sure. What do I just lay my hands on her hands?
Artemisia did that. It seemed to work.
Okay. We'll give her a little hand holdy thing. Like jump
Right.
cables.
Remember, with jumper cables, you got to ground one now.
Oh, too late.
Sturge, you
I'd close my eyes and see if I can sort of hear her thoughts.
yeah,
I don't know why I would
at
do
first it seems like nothing, but then you feel like this vacuum pulling something from you. Make Constitution saving throw.
that. 8.
Whoa.
8. Okay. Stun, you see Sturge's flesh starts to turn gray. Like it's creeping up along his hand and up his arm. And he's standing there stock still, frozen like a statue.
Oh,
And Myrin
I
starts like thrashing back and forth.
I think Stong would grab whatever's like closest, like if there's like a stick or a pillow, and then he would try to like whap Sturge's hand
There's
away.
definitely a pillow.
He would grab the pillow and then try to like just whap
All right, you
Sturge's hand
shove Sturge off.
away. Mhm.
All right, and
Like-
breaks the connection. Sturge, you fall down. You have taken half your hit points in damage.
Holy cow!
Oh.
Dang.
In necrotic damage, specifically.
Oh.
He's coughing.
Oh,
Oh.
Stong looks at Mirabelle real quick, and then he says, "So when you said dangerous, did you mean for her or for you?"
Yes.
I see. All right. Good thing we didn't do that.
Wow.
Sturge, are you okay? Talk to me,
Oh.
buddy.
I feel
Sturge,
like
you wake up, you're conscious again.
he sits up and says, I feel like Artemisia just hit me with a lightning bolt.
Not fair.
Wow. What
Stop
did she
doing it,
do?
and we'll
How
come
did
up with
she
another
react?
joke.
Myrin seemed to also be convulsing and
Still blue fire dancing around Myrin. Like her tattoos are bright blue,
The hell?
and she's murmuring in her sleep.
Speak
and I
up.
was, oh man, I
She's
don't have any
saying-
charges of tongues. Damn it.
She's saying, she says Corman Thor. She says several words that you don't recognize.
Could I at least identify what language it is?
It's
being a bard?
Make an Arcana check.
Sweet. I always want a little extra from Eric. 16.
Sounds like abyssal.
Stong knows Abyssal.
Do you?
He does. He knows
Excellent.
Infernal and Abyssal.
Excellent. She is speaking the names of various entities and demons and elven warriors. She says Faflar Starbro. That's one of the names she says. She talks about Corman Thor. She talks about Mithranor, and she talks about the last heir and the fallen kingdom. And then she goes quiet again.
What did they do to her, Sturge?
Sturge, you feel as though your mind is even emptier than before.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Like she has drawn some of your memories out of you.
God,
Needed
Sturge can't catch a
those.
break.
But they were memories that were blocked.
Oh, interesting.
Oh. Ah,
Mhm.
Corman Thor.
Well, maybe she can get him back from her when
What
she's
was-
awake.
What was she talking about, Stong? Could you understand that?
Yes. I happened
was
to. Back in the day, I put a bunch of money into studying various languages in an attempt to learn more about Mirabelle. So I learned the language of Abyssal. And she happened to say, I repeat all the things that Eric told me.
I
Mithranor.
think
Some of those sound like demon names.
you know that I was born in Mithranor.
No. You
That
remember?
I think she took some of my blocked memories of my earliest days. And Mithranor fell to demons. I wonder if she was there.
All right. Meanwhile, Cecilia, you have very expertly stormed out on a very good note.
It is one of my good skills.
Where are you headed to?
Yes, back to my bedroom
Okay. It becomes clear
or
that
outside. I don't know.
I hope you're not next to Rogar's
I
bed.
mean, outside is nice. It appears that it has been all day that you've been in there drinking, resting, and night is starting to fall. It seems
That lady ever
odd.
come by. Forgot about her.
Yes, that lady did come by at one point. Oliver did some business with her
Oh, good.
and then
Okay,
brought
good.
you a bunch of
I'm sure
I
Oliver
brought
put
you
them
a
somewhere
deed.
safe.
Yeah.
yeah. He handles the paperwork. So anyway, the dusk is starting to fall.
Drunken real estate.
It seems unusual that it's so early. Like, you listen and you hear the bells chime just 3 times,
But it's dark.
but it's the sun is setting. It's not just dark because it's overcast. The sun is setting.
Do we somehow like time travel into winter or something? What's
Not
going on? This is very
winter.
eerie.
Anyway, Sarshan appears behind you.
That's a very weird detail to drop and then just like, anyway. I'm very
Well,
concerned.
You don't
now.
know. You don't know.
It seems extremely upsetting.
Yeah. Sarshan
But
appears.
okay, Cecilia's quite drunk and quite angry. So maybe she doesn't really process the fact that the sun should not be going down right now. And that's really weird.
You're like, well, that makes sense.
You're like, someone broke the clock. The city sucks. The clocks don't even work.
You're right. It's very strange for it to get dark so early.
What is
Sarshan
that?
says.
Why are you talking? Sorry, he sounded like Sebastian for a second.
Something is unnatural.
Great. That's exactly what we need.
Sergeant, bold, declarative. Are you all right? Ah, never mind. I shouldn't ask you that.
What?
What do you need?
Why are you being weird? Oh,
I'm being weird?
if I knew what I needed, I would just do it. I don't. Today
That
is
seems reasonable.
not going well at all. At all. Like, I can't even have my drink in peace. I have to deal with this stupid stuff. She's just gonna kind of hug herself. Where's Cecilia? This is a lot of suck in one day.
Yes. Sergeant comes and stands next to you.
Wait,
Looking at the setting sun next to you, holding himself kind of similarly to what you're doing. I should have brought the cask with me. Next time.
I feel like she should probably like hash things out with him, but I'm not even sure what she wants to happen. And so little actually kind of came out. She just seems to be more
She's
like
drunk.
and drunk and real drunk. But she is somebody who keeps her secrets, and it's just like they're falling out. So
I'm
like-
sorry you had that experience, Sergeant says. I mean, not replying to anything in particular. That sounds like a terrible moment.
maybe she should just be a drunk wolf too. Like, what's the solution here? There's not one. But you know what? Wolves don't have to worry about this stupid stuff. Maybe she's just going to turn into a wolf and see what happens. Why not?
Okay.
We'll just randomly. I don't know, man. I don't know, because I think right now, like, I don't know what to have her do here. Like, she's
Turns into a wolf. Right? Turn into a wolf. You become your coy wolf form. Aha.
go
Sergeant turns into his red wolf
It's
form.
night, I guess. So this is a thing that happens. Wolves at night.
Yep. Go running off. You go running off into the setting sun.
I guess so. I don't know. I hate to be this indecisive, but
It's totally fine.
here I am.
Okay.
Or you
Cecilia
could go be a
goes.
drunk wolf with Artemisia drunk wolf.
Cecilia runs off into
Well,
the
you
setting
just
sun.
like read is very clear that your primary problem is you're horny, so you don't need to be around my wolf boyfriend. I guess that's probably a bad plan first from Cecilia's perspective. But Sarshan's the one who came out after her, so
And Sarshan runs off after Cecilia into the setting sun, where they both take 2,000 fire damage. And I'm just kidding.
Hey, they still get 3 death saves. No, they don't. Not with that much.
not at that point. At that
Yeah.
point, it's like pick a new character.
And that's all the time we have for tonight. Just 2 wolves running off into the sunset together. Well, not together. One's chasing the other, but details. So we still had more mysteries to unsolve. Developments have been happening. Super cuteness has been happening. Oh,
Yeah.
Rogar. The Westgate Irregulars will continue next week as usual. It is a holiday here in the United States, but I think we're still planning to play on the Wednesday before. Yes.
Nobody's traveling, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's
Yeah.
traveling.
Right.
We're all stuck here because of the plague. So
Ain't out at home.
Start your Thanksgiving weekend.
maybe
With
we'll have
Necrotic damage and wolves.
maybe we'll have a Thanksgiving themed game next
Oh
week.
my god.
I mean, Rogar did get Hero's Feast when he leveled up, so
Mm.
Right? It could be a good time to try that out. I have
It's
been
also a
Scott
good time
DeBee,
for a
the
long
DM of this
rest.
campaign.
Yeah, I don't think Krogar's getting his long rest, so probably still need for that to happen.
As I was saying, I have been Eric Scott DeBee, the DM of this campaign. Thank you for coming along with us. Take it away, Aaron.
I'm Myrin M. Evans. Check out our sponsors, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms at idlechampions.com.
I've been Rhiannon Held. Thank you to our moderators tonight, Meyer Doug, Shay, and earlier, I believe, Seldring.
Hey, I'm Yang Wang. Check out our Extra Life campaign is still linked below. We still have to do a little bit of discussing and figure out what the next charity is that we'd like to sponsor. But for now, you could still, that link is still live, and you could still support Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
I've been Stephen Merlino. You can also find our past videos on our YouTube channel, linked on our Twitch page below. Be sure to click the subscribe to support us and the bell to get notified as we add new content.
And I'm Randy Henderson. And thank you, of course, most of all to our viewers. My brain's a little off. So check out our website. Lots of cool stuff there. Profiles, NPC profiles, character profiles, all of our past episode recaps and everything is there. Yeah, thank you all so much. We're going to hop over onto the Discord, most of it, I think. So if you want to come hang out with us, cool. But otherwise, stay scrawly.